Sound resumed. Microphone
Alright,
activated.
and I am unmuted now. Hello, folks.
Hi, how are ya?
Oh, hello.
Wonderful weather we're having.
And there. Now up to the main overlay.
Yes, it's awfully hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah, a little hot, a little foggy, you know, Abby.
So yes, it's been a while. And I mean a while.
It's been a year. And, 3 months?
Has it been that long? Oof.
Not that.
Yes.
No.
Last time was, July 2018.
No, I'm pretty sure season 2, episode 1 was last.
It's been less than a year, but close.
Very close.
We let
If you
the
look at-
characters fester slightly. Let them build up their own fermentation.
But yeah,
If you
like,
actually look up, like, when the, stuff was posted, it was back in July.
Yep.
Of 2018.
oof. Either way. This, for those that have been around for a while or keep track of us on YouTube, this was once upon a time a monthly D&D campaign. With a Western Marches-esque style with roving, or like rotating cast of characters, even though we had quite a few that were very often here.
Aye.
But we had new people coming in and out pretty regularly for a while there. But eventually, like, started up doing other more regular campaigns, just got busy in general, and got kind of sick of trying to herd cats sometimes. So this kind of fell off to the wayside for a while. But it's the week between my birthday and Halloween, so instead of doing a one-shot this year, I decided, you know what, Ashwell needs to come back. It's been too long.
Murray Borf. Axeman.
I was borfed. Yes.
Do we have to sing now?
No, you do not.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's a terrible idea. So since it's been so long, we actually have some new players. I think this means we need to read the big lore bit to start this off.
Yeah.
It's been a long while. So for you new folks, and for anybody that hasn't watched this before, this is the Into the Ashwell setting, which originally started as a very small micro setting, and kind of just grew a lot for the years into a much larger setting. But the base setup for this was just, I wanted a morally gray, kind of dark, gritty, everyone for themselves kind of setting that didn't have all the races that live for hundreds of years. So I fixed that.
And where you could kill people and it's fine.
Yep. I mean, depending on how you kill them and why. And where.
Well, I mean more you as the DM.
Yeah. It was meant to be hard. From the get-go. So yes, before you get into everything else, we have to talk about Phoenix. This is where everything started in this world. So, I'm going to go ahead and just get into this. Before the fall of the gods, one of the mightiest among them was the great Phoenix, a beacon of goodness and warmth to all the realm. Phoenix was an eternal being of death and rebirth. He was worshipped, and many were humbled by his endless sacrifice, having died 1,000 deaths so that the world may know rejuvenation. Or so it seemed for a long time. But it was all a great deception. Phoenix did rejuvenate the world, but at the cost of sacrifice, but it was not his own. The priesthood of Phoenix were tasked by their lord to gather men, women, and children to fuel the flames of reincarnation. Phoenix was no savior born from the flames, but instead a monster born from charnel ashes of our people. This great deception was the spark that would ignite the greatest war ever known to the realm. When the knowledge of what had been done was discovered by the temples and monasteries of Phoenix were ransacked and decimated. Phoenix, the deceptive creature he was, fooled his fellow gods into taking up arms in retribution of the attack. The heavens and the world both spent decades in ceaseless war. The greatest and most unexpected ally in this war were the denizens of the Dark Realms, who offered their services and knowledge to aid the liberators. In the aftermath, many of the old gods were defeated, some destroyed, others merely driven from their domain. Many of the eldest races, called to battle by their gods, were slaughtered in bloody wars until every last vestige of their kind was wiped from the face of the earth. Among those lost were the elves, the dwarves, and the gnomes. The in-world was inherited by the young, liberated from the deceivers and the old ones. The following century was a time of trials where the cosmology of the realm shifted and the very world, as well as those cultures left upon it, were irreversibly changed. With the old gods gone, many practices and magics were lost or forgotten. The scars of this great deception still remain, and ever shall. No woman, man, or child shall ever forget the tale of the deceivers, beings of light and goodness whose true colors were revealed. Since the cessation of Phoenix ritualistic sacrifice of rejuvenation, the world has slowly been deteriorating. The prevention or reversal of this decay is the one primary goal of every faction in the realm, from the Ordo Volatum to the Reliqua de Lumine. This is the one uniting purpose that these many groups share, the prevention of the world's inevitable collapse. Those are big, grand problems. This is the small barony of Hearthmore. A simple place. It started as a farming village by the halflings, eventually turned into a barony by the Free People Alliance. On the mountainous border with the Goblin Kingdom. The only notable feature of this small town is an ancient keep lying in the mountains, known as Ashwell, a forbidden place where only those who have no sanity left go. But there is great plunder in this place, and great mystery. And that's where we are. Welcome to Hearthmore, kiddies. So yeah, you have your better setup on the world for why things are messed up. The good guy gods were doing bad things, and they got outed, and massive war was caused by it, and in the end, those good gods were kind of slaughtered, their people were slaughtered, anyone who defended them was killed, and in the outcome of it, new gods took their places, with a little bit more of a less stark view on the world. No black and white. Oh yeah, that's my bad. Adding a quick file to the thing real quick. So while I do that, before we get any further into this, I guess we should meet our cast and crew for the day. So, veterans, who wants to pick up and start for us?
I don't know, what do you think, Flynt?
Got something in my throat.
Alright. I guess I'll go first then. Oh boy! Give me a second to swarm up real quick. Ah!
That was what was in my... I'm good now.
Well, hello there! How's everybody doing? It's been a good while since I've seen you all out there, here at my fireplace, well in my memoirs in my olden days. It's good to see you again. It's been quite a while. Welcome back to my retirement home, where I sit after all the money I got from that place and tell you the stories from the book I wrote. Well, let's dive right in again today, folks. My name's Welburd Shortnose. I'm a commando ranger and a goblin extraordinaire. And, I'm your boy. I'm here. But, a little backstory, it's wild. Gotta teach the kids in the back. I grew up in Goblivar. Horrible place, It hasn't gotten any worse in the years, but a horrible place. And I spent my youth lying and beating and, stealing wherever I could. Because that's what you did. That's what you did back in that city. That's how you lived. But, I got enough money together. And, I got out of there. Joined myself a mercenary company. My skills worked out pretty well for them. And, I worked for them a while before I could get out, and now I, kind of work as a freelancer. And, I hang around this here. Half more. Ashwell's got a lot of freaky shit in there. It's good money, and there's good money in the town that I don't want to talk about that, though. My lips are sealed on all that. But, I still think things are much more dangerous than Cop-Out. Ashwell, you're fine. Get your shit. You got it. But, me? What do I like? Well, as you can see in my wonderful little cottage here, I'm of the finest sort. I love art, and shinies, and coins, and gems. You see these rings I'm wearing right here? These are nice. These are some 14-karat diamonds right here. I picked them out of somebody's skull. After, punching them with the rings on, but, the rings broke. I had to make a new one. But, fine wines, nice sheets and everything. This is the thing, I like it warm and cozy. I hate, fucking living out in the wilderness. Everything's cold and, fucking the food's bad. You gotta live around a campfire? Bah. A good roof over my head. But, the problem is all this you see here, all this is currently rented out because I've lost all of my money. I'm broke. I'm sitting in a store right now, reading you a book. My royalties aren't enough. Help me. And that's it.
Oh, that's embellished, but great.
Well, this is Flynt, Doublebrook, and I play Lilith Swansong, a human bard. And this third biography is going to be quite the opposite of Welburd's because no one knows what she's actually representing or trying to accomplish. She is here on her own devices, playing to her own particular tune. She works most closely with the Ordo Velatum, an order of creatures and beings who are as faceless and nameless as she is. She's doing their bidding on occasion, fills them in, and gets usually as much from them as she may. Sometimes she's a trickster, other times she's a dour, honest soul. People try to pin her down, but nobody can ever truly, other than her joy of things that are of the arts, songs, dances, that she passes around. For those who are unworthy or uninterested, in those same things she has spite in those who are ignorant and dull. As a faceless trickster and wanderer, she embodies this by wearing masks all of the time. And the mask she wears identifies but her. It's at that. Mask for honesty, mask where she neither.
Alright. And that is Lilith, yet again, coming to go delve into this place for whatever reason she feels like. Although I feel like, since certain episode, Lilith's had a lot more stake in what's going on with the Ashwell Keep.
She might have given birth in sort of something, yeah.
She's like a surrogate mother of sorts. Alright,
Her
so
baby.
Sarah and Anger, who wants to go next?
I can go next if you want.
Go for it.
Alright, you volunteered.
Okay. Do you know of the cold calculating physician, the one that believes in sanity, in the sanctity of cleanliness? One who finds that the world is just right and just when everything is clean, clear, healthy in its own way. Well, Vasilica is that embodiment. Is that correct?
Basilica
Because he-
Iliescu.
Right. Basilica Iescu?
Iliescu,
Okay.
yeah. It's Romanian.
Iliescu. Unfortunately, I'm not Romanian, so my my pronunciation is utter dog shit. But none may know much of the mysterious Basilica, except that they are often seen slinking about Hearthmoor in the somber attire of the physician, plying their trade upon those in need as well as those who pay equally. The only other bit of information known of them is that they take great interest in Ashwell Keep. Perhaps that'd be a useful ally to those who deal with secrets, but just who is this longless Iliescu?
And yes, Basilica is from the Scholar class, which is a homebrew class by, I want to say, somebody from Middle Finger of Vecna worked on it. But it is a non-casting, skill-focused class. And in the case of the Physician subclass, which is what she plays, she is a non-magic based healer. Okay, so, likes, dislikes, madness.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're all good.
So, her likes in terms of what makes her tick is the sanitary smell of chemicals and herbs, flowers, colorful ones, fungus, biology, rain, beings that defy logic of science. These are what make her tick. The ones that make her tick in the opposite direction, of course, are the stink of life and death. Things that just decay, disgusting, undead, rot. Even fire, which could be used to clean that. Bird iconography, and feathered creatures in general just do not work for her. In addition to heat and humidity and religion, these are things that you're not going to find her walking towards anytime soon. And of course, her madness as well. Yep, madness is no emotions. So in terms of the cold calculating physician, you will find no better.
Aha. And yes, for a general note for everybody that's watching and for you guys, bird iconography and things of that sort are generally taboo for everyone. Basilica just really hates them to a more specific degree. Because of
Hate's
the
a strong
Phoenix,
word.
everybody
More
kind of
like
hates.
will remove.
Yeah, like, because of Phoenix, bird iconography is pretty much banned unless you're a Kenku. Because you're literal bird people, they can't really tell them, no, don't do that.
legal, you know.
And
Illegal,
last but not
my
least,
favorite
anger.
kind of illegal.
Well, as long as you don't burn the fields down, I think you're fine.
Yeah. Well, even then, it's just makes the crops grow better next year. I mean,
No.
you're just helping it.
We talked about the laws here. This is a halfling settlement originally, so some of the halfling laws were left in place by the human baron. If you burn the crops, you will be stoned to death.
By
Ouch.
small people.
Halflings don't take kindly to crop burning. So yeah, last but not least, anger. Go ahead.
All right. I have not the quite as good vocal as here, but
Believe in
Ver's-
yourself.
My
Just go deeper and growlier. There you go.
Believe in the you that I believe in.
I have no chance of doing a deep voice and keeping my throat intact. Fira's Stormfang, a Tempest cleric of the orc variety, who grew up on the sea. I'm sure it must have been a very stormy sea. Keep his storms from up. Serving as a cabin boy originally aboard a merchant vessel for some time before he was inducted into a crew of raider vessels when his former home was plundered. Had a knack for sailing and was capable seaman, eventually rising through the ranks aboard the Abyssal Maw until he was first mate. Ardent believer in the teachings of Leviathan, and devoted much of his free time to the studies and prayers. Eventually, he found his true calling and left his life as a pirate to join the priesthood of Leviathan. Now, he serves as an acolyte of the sea god's will and followed the calling that led him to Ashwell. What secrets lie within the depths that the Leviathan seeks, he doesn't know, but he will sure find out to serve his god. As for his various likes, he is pragmatic and cruel man when he must be. He enjoys rock gut women and the smell of the sea air more so than anything else. That his service has required him to leave the sea for some time is a regrettable choice, but he is a servant to the oh so great god Leviathan. He greatly enjoys the thrill of plunder and violence that goes along with it. However, he is not a fan of wine and anyone who follows inferior gods and the stale, dry air away from the sea. His greater madness is that he's an extension of Leviathan and must embody his wrathful nature. Easily ticked off and angered, and is more prone to slaughter and violence. And this will make others even flinch around his gruesome nature. And greatly enjoys making a trophy of anyone he so murders, and needs a trophy for every single person he destroys down and strikes down.
Yeah. So yeah, before, to give you kind of an idea of what to go with this, yeah, Leviathan. What is Leviathan? Leviathan is also known as the Duke of the Deep, the Lord of the Swell, Old Saltbeard, and the Sunken King. He's the patron deity of orcs, as an entire species. He is a warlike god who hungers for violence, death, and plunder. He's worshipped by the seafaring orcs, who, of course, ravenously champion his beliefs. So Leviathan isn't like other gods, in that Leviathan isn't some mystical being that lives in another godly realm and gives inspiration through divine nonsensory. Leviathan is a living, breathing, massive, multi-mile long draconic being that sails across the oceans, constantly surrounded by a swirling mass of storms. He is a greater dragon that has existed as long as the world has, as far as anyone knows. Originally had a brother once, but they got into a fight and he killed him. Behemoth died at the hands of his own brother. So yeah, you can kind of see what kind of being you're dealing with. Your god is literally a living calamity.
Beautiful.
All the chaos.
And that, legitimately, orcs are the only trustworthy navigators in the way of, sea travel, because they've actually managed to chart Leviathan's movements based on all kinds of different factors. So they can avoid him when they're sailing best of anybody. And that's one of the big things about the land that we live on is a small continent that a bunch of none of the races here the orcs, the hobgoblins, and the goblins not the orcs. The hobgoblins, the goblins, and the bugbears are actually native here. Everybody else came from somewhere else originally. The orcs basically were originally raiders trying to attack this place before the 100 Generation War happened, and eventually settled on a chain, like a small island archipelago off to the side, and part the coastal areas after the war that they kind of got drug into. But I mean, what do they care? War's war. More killing. Orcs are kind of the unofficial rulers of the sea. Who hail from a far-off continent. Alright, so that's our group for the night. We've got 2 completely new characters and 2 veterans, which is kind of the norm, honestly. So...
That's how it be.
Hmm?
That's how it be.
That's how it be, indeed. So I think where we start this time is actually a little different. Normally, we start off in the Marooned Madam, which is, well, not normally, that's new. But in the more modern setting of Hearthmore. For a little bit of backstory for you two, there used to be another bar that everybody frequented very commonly, called the Leaky Bitch. But in the finale of the first season, the Leaky Bitch was actually burned down by some betrayer worshippers.
Rest in peace, Foxy Grandma.
And the old lady that owned the building died, yes. The Lady Negrescu, a pretty major noble of the area, died in the fire. But since then, the Ashwell Keep has been active. Originally, it was very dormant. Since now, though, all the chimneys are constantly churning smoke into the sky. People swear that they see, lights coming from the windows at night and things like that. But I would say, this is the big thing. It's been a long time in real world. In game world, it's been 2 weeks since the last delve. Oh, the last delve that we were part of. They're always, NPC mercenaries going in there and getting themselves killed. That's just normal. But it's been 2 weeks since the revelations of this pixie that one of the parties conversed with and things like that.
Yes, the princess of Keep is
The princess/prince.
putting order to things. Yes,
So it would seem.
the prince of the keep.
Depends who you ask. But in the
Remember, those
intervening
elves are
weeks,
kind of androgynous.
the city's been kind of on high alert in the intervening weeks because of this. So the number of delves has decreased, but of course there's always people who are foolhardy and greedy enough to go delving it even when it seems very dangerous. There's also been, because of all these tensions, there's been a steady rise in crime in the city. And just the other day, actually, the Hot and Heavy, the local blacksmith, was robbed.
Oh, who could have done that?
I don't know.
Well, any damage to the person?
No, the owner, Railroad Ironbones, was unharmed. He did actually boast that he managed to smack one of the robbers with a hammer.
How utterly unsatisfying.
But yes, where will we pick up tonight? Things are a bit different than usual. A meeting has been called by an official from the guild house, the Morningstar Guild, because some strange news has been discovered. So you guys, being enterprising sorts and wanting to either like I said, you all have your own reasons for being interested in the Ashwell.
Give me money.
So you all make your way out to the Morningstar Guild, which on the map you can see is outside the actual town. The Morningstar Guild is kind of like an informal. It's not a church, but it is run by the religion of, or the clergy of Morningstar, the god of mankind. The Morningstar Guild is more like a guild hall in the way of like it helps to support people who hunt down like heathens, monsters, demons, things of that sort. So it's not really a religious institution, but it has religious backings. And so, for reference, Morningstar, since we brought him up, is the bringer of dawn. He is the god that took over as the kind of the patron deity of mankind after the 100 Generation War. He was once a lesser-known deity in service to the sun god whose name has been lost to time. When that god fell out of favor in the realm, his former vassal stepped in to fill the void. The morning star is associated with the last star visible in the dawn as the sun rises. So the symbology of that is that he is the guiding star, and the last star who protects people from the day. Not from the night, from the day. Because, remember, inverted morality to some degree here. The sun is actually kind of, not forbidden, but in the way of like, it's kind of not, it doesn't carry the same meaning for people here. Also, it's red. I should point that out. The sun is red here. But yeah, he is the patron deity of mankind, and his followers are tasked with protecting the free races from the agents of the old gods. And his clergy supports the Wardens and the Hunt, which are two major factions. Which we've had party members from before. I don't think we have any here. Lilith's just about the only one here that's part of any kind of faction. And even then, that's tenuous.
I mean, I'm allowed into the guild.
You are, yes, you have...
Employees? Employers? What employer?
But anyways, the meeting is called. You guys all kind of arrive in a mix. And there's about, I'd say, 30 some odd people gathered out in front of the guild house, and this like it's not actually in the guild house proper, it's in the one of the training yards behind the building. So you guys kind of work your way into the crowd, and up on the top of the podium you can see the guild master.
What was his name again?
It's a good question, isn't it? The guildmaster's name is Brandusa Lupe. He's a minor noble of the area as well.
Once Welburd gets there, he'll jump up and down and wave.
Hey, Brandy, long time no see. How you doing?
But in addition to him standing up top is a woman in a like with a large like glimmering veil made of small gemstones over her face, who at least I know Lilith will recognize as Lulia Sala, the Magister of the Ordo of the area, as well as Benjamin Strongheart, the local reeve. Which, for you that don't know your history of like more like medieval times, a reeve is basically like a sheriff. He's just an ex-military, ex-mercenary type person who's given authority by the locals to be kind of like a lawkeeper. And the local reeve is a halfling named Benjamin Strongheart, who used to be in the military. But those three are all up on top of the little like raised platform.
Does he wave back?
No, he seems to be kind of half turned, and he's talking to in a hushed tone with the woman. How about the rest of you? What are you all doing in the crowd? Just kind of.
Never get any respect around here, do I, Lily?
Do you actually want any respect, or just the money?
What's the difference? They respect you, they gave you money.
Within the crowd, Vasila, let's gonna call her V for now, until I get better at this. V adjusts her mask, closing it a bit tighter.
Okay.
I still think you're kind of foolish for wanting to draw as much attention to yourself.
What can I say? I'm the star of the show. Therefore, tip me.
You're going to be one of these days you're going to end up the star of the wrong kind of show.
What kind? Like
The kind
a
where
comedy act?
No, the kind where you're dangling from a rope.
Oh, like a circus.
Exactly.
Oh, I could probably be in the circus. Can you imagine me up there on the tightrope, doing flips?
With a little bit of practice.
Oh yeah. What about you? Would you join me? Would you play me a sick one while I'm up there?
Oh, no, I would.
Well, I'm glad.
And in the middle of this conversation, she would have deftly swapped out her mask from the one that has no face or expression.
Okay.
Fun-looking, devilish grin to it.
For each of those high-res shows, I believe there's at least some damage that can happen to the body. The question is if it pays well enough for you to repeat doing that over and over.
Who say, whoa?
Yeah, you could have targeted there's just the beak.
Hi. Who are ya?
One of looking for certain aspects of our continued existence. Seeing if you or others are in need of a little bit of fix-up.
I could use some booze.
Unfortunately, this, she pats the little part of her pack, is not for consumption through your upper parts, but your back and other diseased parts.
Are you telling me to butt chug?
I don't know if that's helpful to your current situation.
Well, you say you want to give me a fix-up, then you say you can't have one.
No, this is not for that kind of price.
Oh.
He does spend a fair amount of time at the local brothel. That might be the kind of fix.
Hey, those
Ah,
girls.
so
This girl's guaranteeing me they're clean.
He just scratches himself.
Well, head-to-toe cleaning does cost a bit more, especially for one that does not understand disease.
I love
Your
this.
disease is just a little bit of the sniffling. It's fine.
They swore they're clean.
Well, I mean, it depends on what part you're sniffling. If your upper parts are sniffling, that's one thing. If your lower parts are sniffling, that's another thing.
By the way, just for reference, Welburd's nose is rather omnipresent. I think is a good way to put it.
Rather,
Mr. Shortnose's
Like
nose,
essentially.
his name is not very literal. Let's put it that way.
Rather
Welburd's,
ironic, actually.
Welburd's got a just like her.
Oh god.
His nose is fucking huge.
It's like if somebody attached a vacuum to a human head. Or not human head, sorry, to a humanoid head.
Yeah, like one of the most prevalent features of goblin society in the Ashwell setting is that their nomenclature is twisted. To put it lightly, most goblins' names are a adjective and a part of the body. That's their surnames. So, like, Welburd's last name is Shortnose. It's not very accurate.
It would sure make a fine trophy, though.
Just like the one that one of the other characters I offered you, Mandy Moldybum.
Oh boy, Mandy.
Mandy's great. She's everybody's granny.
She is.
She scared me.
Let's just put it this way: she spoils her kids.
I could see a way of doing it, but I don't know if I don't know if she'd last that long under my care.
Nobody gets my pun. Mandy's great. But anyways, yes. So you guys are all in this crowd. Furaz, what are you doing in the crowd? Just kind of chilling?
For the most part, just messing around, anxious to get going.
Okay, yeah. So while you guys are in, like, eventually, a kind of a hush falls over the group as the guildmaster kind of gets up on to the center and raises his hands.
Welburd's
everybody's
turn
attention.
is like,
Oh, where we go? Oh! He says be quiet, guys!
Greetings, friends, compatriots, allies. I'm glad you all could all gather here under such short notice. But I would have normally rather to give this more time, but alas, this is of grave importance. The magistrate herself here has come to me with some dire information. It would seem a creature that she's had dealings with in the past has been imprisoned by someone within the keep. We're not sure who, but nonetheless, this is very important. This is a fae we are speaking of.
Oh no, how could they?
This particular fae is one that has been quite cooperative with the magistrates here in offering information and answers to questions that no others could answer. It has saved many lives in the past by foretelling disasters in the city. So it is of utmost
Everybody
importance that
wants
we
a
have it
snitch.
freed. And he kind of turns to the magistrates. Do you have anything to say about this, madam? She kind of raises a hand and just says, this being simply goes by, "Here's the Blood." It is an ancient creature who has long since visited this area and has a fondness for Hearthmore, it would seem. It does not want disaster to befall those who call this place home for some reason. I will not question its motives, simply take its advice. It has saved, as he said, many lives in the past. You all remember the flood 3 years ago? How we had the entire plain, we managed to get everybody out except for one stubborn farmer before it flooded? This was one of the warnings we received from this being. Alas, the old coot.
Lush.
And to think, only one died when, if not for that, hundreds could have. And of course, kind of a murmur runs through the crowd, especially among the halfling.
In a hushed tone, I like to think that he was cleansed from the land.
Well, I mean, he was covered in water, so probably.
Only the freshest water. That from our sky.
Water in the sky? What are you talking about?
Water and land, water in the sky.
I mean,
Isn't it all the same?
the sky is blue. Is that what you're talking about? Just because it's blue doesn't mean it's water.
Well, I mean, people become blue when they're suffocating. That must mean they're partially water too.
Well, unless they got green skin like me, they turn a different color. Trust me, I know.
Oh, can I see that happen?
Yeah, sure, if you want to come along.
Yes.
Not to me, though, of course.
Oh, so you're delaying it.
No, I know a good guy. I know a guy
A
who
good
really
one
gets
to
off on it.
suffocate?
Yeah, he gets off on it.
Will this cost anything?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again,
How
only
much?
if he's visiting the brothel.
Well, yeah, that's true. You know, that guy's a bit of a weirdo. But, you know, like, who am I to judge? Yeah, you gotta get the entry fee at the brothel. You know, you gotta watch him. You gotta pay a little extra to have the peeper spots.
Ah, how much to perform directly?
From directly?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you'd have to ask him. But I'd charge a finder's fee.
And how much would that be?
Let's see... 25 gold.
Ah, I will think about it.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys are kind of doing this, not too loudly, but like Welburd quiet. You know, the version of quiet that's Welburd's version of quiet. So not really quiet at all. So, but yeah, she's pretty much done speaking. She kind of takes a step back, and the guildmaster steps forward again. He's like, "We are looking to hire at least 5 groups to check different areas of the keep. We don't know where they're being held."
I want money!
That is definitely doable, Mr. Shortnose.
Good. Thanks, Brandy.
I want him to have money so he can use it to acquire things for me to observe.
Well, yeah, if you pay me, I'll do plenty of shit for you.
Oh no, I just need to observe.
Very well, break up and visit. And he kind of he starts to kind of direct people to different areas based on which part of the keep people want to delve into. And you crazies, of course. You know the central keep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we know it as well as anybody knows. Has Lilith ever encountered this particular fae?
Not this particular one, no. You've heard mention of them in whispers around the Ordo, but never met them. All that you know
No,
about them is that from the name, they are called Here's the Blood, which means that they are some kind of sanguine fairy.
We've I don't think it was in that session, but we have met Them That Bleeds.
Them That Bleeds, yes, was the other one. You also run into, what was that other fae's name?
I don't think she actually gave her name.
Probably not. No, no, not the pixie. In the finale of last season, actually, when you fought the Phoenix statue guys, the ones that were around it, there was a fae in the back of that room called Utters the Truth.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember, but I believe it.
Utters the Truth was the one with the really, like, it was very, like, black and had big hands and a big mouth and tiny little eyes.
Oh, so it wasn't a cow. Is it T or D's in utter?
UTT. Speaking Truth.
Okay.
And I don't think either one of you were in the one with Them That Bleeds.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That was a mostly new group.
I think Garrett was in that
Yeah,
one.
Garrett and the Blood Hunter character, I can't remember the name of, were in it.
Catalina.
Yeah, Catalina. Anyways, though, so yeah, you guys all, everybody kind of starts breaking up into smaller groups, and of course, none of these mercenaries are stupid enough to go to the main table, for the most part.
Santa needs more money. I want more money.
So Welburd charges the table.
Yeah.
Give me money.
Lilith is keeping an eye out, see who goes, looking for any stragglers.
All right. Well, Firoz is pretty new to the area, so you probably were just kind of standing there going, I don't know where to go.
Yep.
So yeah, one of the people that's standing about, for Lilith's reference, is a large orcish man with a top knot.
With a what?
A top knot.
Like the samurai top knots.
Yeah, your hair is all tied up in a big thing on top of your head.
Oh, okay.
You're pretty much otherwise bald.
Gotcha.
Not the other thing you were thinking, Anger.
Yeah, white hair, light green skin, electric blue eyes. He's a pretty big guy. Like, how big is he actually? 6'4". Yeah, he's a pretty decent sized orc.
That's a huge bitch.
And he's got a trident strapped onto him.
Fails. Thick.
Steak.
That's a huge bitch's bitch.
What?
There's too many. There's so many big
Lilith
creature
looks
races
back.
in this. I love it.
Lilith looks back at Basilica and said, "You know, you're right. Something tells me he's the right choice for this."
I like this. I like this a lot.
He's big enough. I can hide behind him. I'm up for it.
A mobile defense platform. Interesting.
Exactly.
Lilith will walk over to Peruse and get his attention. Basically, sauntering up and standing, staring him in the
Oh god.
Get out, Lily.
I just realized you're almost a full foot shorter than him.
Yeah.
Small.
Lilith's
I'll just be
5'6".
looking around. Doesn't see.
What's the matter there? You look lost.
I'll I'm new to the area here, but like to go grind up some people here.
grinding.
Yes.
Oh boy,
Well.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You say that, but
Well, if it's a grind you're looking for, my partners and I are pretty familiar with the keep. We can get you in and you can have a look and see if
Consider me interested. I'll go hear what they have to say.
right this way then. And she'll lead back to where Welburd is at the front table.
Alright. So you guys undertake the quest to delve into the central keep.
How much to pay?
We'll say it starts at 30 gold and rises based on what you can bring back.
What are the prices on trophies?
Like, they don't mean trophies, they mean, like, information or, like, if you bring back the Fae alive.
Yeah,
Things of that
what's the
sort.
price on trophies? Like, if we bring any trophies back.
You'll have to take that up with the vendors.
Alright.
Unless there's a active job.
Yeah, if you
If you run into anything that has an active bounty on it, of course they'll pay, but otherwise it kind of varies on what you bring back.
Yeah.
Like, if you bring back something's horn, you'll have to go talk to someone and be like, what's this worth to you?
I will be right back before we go, though.
Okay. So yeah, you guys take on the quest, and as a group, start to make your way up towards the keep. So from the guild house up into the mountains. And just for reference, yeah, this little map is more or less, it's, again, vague. It's not actually meant to be an exact map, it's just giving you a kind of an idea of where things are. The keep is quite far away from the city.
Yeah, okay.
It's up in the mountains, actually, across the river. But still visible from the city. Like, if you're sitting in the city, you can see kind of the structure and the smoke pouring out of it. So yeah, you guys make your way towards the keep. Eventually, you enter the ashen fog that always surrounds the place. Carefully making your way towards, or following the path on, like, basically the two that have been through here before will tell you, like, stay on the cobblestone path. Like, it's the only guiding point you have because you're in literal toxic, like, sulfuric fog. You don't want to stray off the path and get lost in a sulfuric pit. And eventually this leads you to the front doors of the keep itself, which are still left ajar at this point now, and the first level is pretty much been cleared and secured at this point, so you guys kind of make your way into the keep.
Fair warning, nothing you find in here is anything you can expect to see again this second.
And I'm going to bring us to the first floor just to kind of, for the sake of you guys.
Okay.
Hey, Mick.
Welcome back.
The
Yeah, the first
message
floor,
from Welburd
I
is-
brought us to the first floor just for the sake of being able to see the way in. But let me grab your...
The message of the day from Welburd is hydrate, or I'll cut your fucking throat.
a clean cut?
Nah.
A
Let's
messy
rip it
cup.
right out.
Yeah, they don't need it for the short term, it's fine.
It'll grow back.
That's fine.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so here you guys go. This is the first room you come into after entering the keep on the first floor.
The bars for Silka need to be turned on for us.
Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
Thank you.
So yes, you make your way into the keep. You come across this on the first floor. So for Vasilica's sake, at least, especially this big honking brass statue of a bird.
I immediately just start walking away. Just walks forward, sees it, turns around, starts walking.
Where you going? You scared already?
Well, no, this ain't the right place.
Well, of course it's not. You gotta go around it.
Oh. Immediately just points at the wall and starts walking straight towards the wall. Again, directly away from the bird, but still close enough, just kind of like this way.
But just follow the wall. You eventually get there. Lily, I can't see.
Light a torch, Welburd. You
No.
know the deal.
No, I can't. My hands, they're too small.
That's what she said?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, it fits in pretty nice. It's smaller.
Well,
how is it over in this corner? Temperate? Enjoyable?
Lilith will go ahead and use an inventory gear to light the torch.
Torchcoon!
Oh, thanks, Lily. Now I can see. If you wouldn't do it, I was gonna poke this guy. Also, who the fuck are you? You just kind of followed us along here. Fearbee.
Fearbee.
Okay, Fearbee.
Almost. I'll just stare at your nose.
Fearbee almost. Nice to meet you, Fearbee almost. My name's Welburd.
Hey, Welburd.
So, Mr. Almost, let's get working. I don't know what you're good at, but you're big.
The whole, and to
appreciate
answer your question from before, Sarah, the whole room is kind of humid. Like,
this isn't the place to
well,
be.
actually, no. This whole region is humid. I should say. You live in a marsh. Like Hearthmoor is a small patch of very fertile farmland in the middle of a wet, soppy shithole. So
Yeah,
it's always humid, and it is summer.
It's spring or summer, and it's hot.
A good priority is finding a room. Any room.
But it is a bit cooler in here than outside, of course. But it's just like there's these big braziers of fire over here, and they're constantly burning. So the room is warm. It's just not as warm as outside.
Well, I'm staying over here.
Hey, Lily, oh, who do you think comes here and cleans up all the blood? Like, we had a massacre in here last time. You think they have those little red hat guys come up here and scrub the floors?
I think that's a possibility. This place, it has some magic of its own.
Vasilka starts inspecting the floor. Not getting too close to the dampness that infects it. Just enough to inspect.
It's very immaculately cleaned, actually.
I've long since decided it's not something I need to know.
I
It's a
agree.
question best left unanswered.
Yeah. You think they get... What's the question? Here's the real question. How much do you think they get paid? You can come in here, like, stay for an
What?
hour, just, like, get a cloth and clean up a room. And they pay you fucking gold.
And if I told you I thought that it's possible every brick that we step on is a mimic that likes to eat blood, what would you think they have?
What's the mimic?
I'm gonna remember that.
Pray you never find out.
Well, okay.
This is like that game mechanic moment where the DM will remember this.
Axel, remember
Yeah.
this.
Welburd doesn't know what mimics are.
You've doomed us all. You've doomed us all.
I've never actually pulled a mimic out in Ashwell yet.
It's true.
Well, now's not the time, for sure. You know, that's just the way it is, right?
But yeah,
Say
for
giant
clarification, I was just letting you guys see this floor for the sake of it. This is a completely safe area. Like, there's nothing on this
Ah.
floor.
Well, I would beg to differ, but that just looks like, the giant thing in the middle is definitely something not to be trifled with.
Really, it's
Oh,
dark.
It trifled with us once, and
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
remember that now.
if you think it's warm now, you should have. Be glad you weren't standing in front of it when it
Wait,
braced us with flames.
we don't talk about that. It was a painful time. Losing the voice. I gotta walk.
I love that that's become your like voice training exercise. Is
Walk.
Lorky's name.
Walk.
Alright, but yeah, go ahead and make your guys' way up to the next floor.
You got it, boss.
Which way, or they both go to the same?
They both go to the same place.
You know, Furby. Theorus. Furby. There you go
Theorus.
first. Farba. Farba bean. Go on.
Oh, are you saying that? I'm no shield.
The what shield you talking about? You have a shield. You? You get that big old
Exactly.
pokey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. I don't know where the robes went. Beaksley. Ah, there you go.
Oh, that was a good one, Beaksley. Hey, where'd that rock come from?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Weird.
Interesting. Seems out of place.
A lot of things are gonna seem out of place, don't worry.
Ooh, this wasn't here before.
I think
Well, we're
Lilith will
looking
have
spec.
vivid and painful memories of this room.
Yes. I think we all do. I'm gonna inspect the armor stands.
They seem fine.
Is there anything I could, take off them?
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Well,
I can't.
the
What
moment
is-
Welburd can't steal anything, he'll give up.
What is this that I'm in? Oh,
Like an altar.
Ah.
And there's a bunch of lit candles back on the little risen platform behind it, with a big symbol of a sun.
Right.
Yeah, there's a crater filled with blood over there.
The stairs are over here, guys.
It's not fresh blood. It's very, very old.
Okay.
Stale?
Yeah, like flaky, and it's not human. It's definitely animal blood.
Ah, interesting.
Specifically, it looks
Immediate
insectoid.
inspection. Anything I've noticed I've never seen before.
I wouldn't say that. You've probably actually seen it before many times. Actually, it's still rotting, but there's parts of like a large arachnid corpse and kind of smashed into the hole.
Yeah, rot's not my kind of thing.
It's
If
been
it had
left
been
there
a
for a
fresh
while.
kill, yeah. If it had already been eaten away, that might be one thing, but let's let the animals and the insects take their way with it.
Come on, let's go.
Alright,
Come on,
so
big
you
feet.
ascend the stairwell.
Hi.
Wilburd's gonna try to walk 2 steps at a time and probably fall on his face. And then stop.
Sounds about right. Alright, well, I will now bring you guys to the second floor. I didn't mean to bring myself back.
I see the naughty dustbin. Stand by.
Agreed.
All right,
Lilith.
Filbert.
Lilith, these stairs weren't facing this way before.
No, they were not.
Like, you guys came upstairs that were facing north and came outstairs facing south. But you don't remember
Four
changing
ways back
directions
and
ever.
see Escher.
But yes, when you get to
feel
the
like
top, there
Welburd.
is a lit, like, brazier at the top.
I feel like Wilburd's kind of too used to it to question it.
Yee.
Lilith is a bit as well.
But you do notice it because Lilith was in the group that
Yes.
came here last time.
This is
It also opened to a much larger room before.
so the house plays some sleight of hand with us again.
Yeah, that's how it go.
So this is pretty normal for here. Weird.
Hey, yeah,
The keep the keep chooses when to reveal its secrets, not based on.
So a living existence of physics changing for its own purposes.
So it,
Peculiar.
Whatever you said, sure. Hey, Filbert. Filbert,
Hey, what?
go first. Come on. Hey, big boy, check the corner.
Hey, you're I'm behind everyone. You guys lead the way.
No. Come on.
What?
Wilbur will get behind him and start pinging him ahead.
Come on. Don't be scared.
You're like pushing on the back of his knees.
Exactly.
Come on. Come
Taking
it's
a
your
look.
first time. You see, I'm here to help you. Here to help you get comfortable in here.
This room seems pretty much
It's
clear
okay.
as you kind of step forward a little bit, and with the exception of there's a hole in the far corner. Big enough for pretty much any of you to go
This-
through.
Basilica has just kind of briskly walked by, really disregarding their blabbering. Just starts looking towards the room in this way. Kind of a sweep to the right, sweep
Yeah,
to
the only
left.
other notable bit is that the floor here kind of seems dingy, which contrasts starkly from the first floor that was very clean.
How's it looking, Lily?
dirty, dusty,
Ugh.
almost like a chimney is blocked.
Like I was saying about the people that clean this stuff, you know? They're obviously not doing their jobs too well. Come on, filter. Come on.
You know, I'm gonna bend down and take a look at the floor and see if she's right in soot.
Yep, it is indeed soot. You kind of like do the 2-finger wipe and yep. It's the kind of residue you would expect to find like near a chimney or a hearth.
Vass
Well-
takes out her quarterstaff, gives the side of the hole kind of like a little, halfway poke here, a little closer to it, a little closer to it, just pushing against the ground.
Okay. These tiles are quite solid and seem to be made of some kind of marble.
Yeah.
But yeah,
anything that
eventually
comes
one of
off
the tiles is
they
broken,
kind
and
of-
the hole starts on the ground and kind of goes up, but it's about 5 foot around.
Ah. Anything on the bottom of it that have been pushing any of the dirt and soot and such?
No, this is just dirt. Well, it starts out as marble, of course, and then turns into dirt because it had to break the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can I stomp the ground with 1 foot?
Yeah, I mean, it seems solid. Your 1 foot is a bit sooty now, but other than that,
I'm gonna wipe off the quarterstaff onto Lilith's shoe. Just make sure that it's nicely cleaned before I put it back in my bag.
Wow.
Lilith will
we-
give the side eye to Boozilla.
the side eye with a
We
mask
must
on.
make sure that the quarterstaff is clean. It actually serves a purpose. So back in.
All right, so the only way out through is through this hole. It would seem.
Oh.
How deep does it appear?
It's a
Or
5
can't
foot
see.
round hole, so any of you can fit in it. You'll just have to crouch.
All right, crouch and step in.
All right, 1 sec.
Oh, it's not
It's a
whole
very
path.
short trip
You
to come
don't-
out the other side.
You don't want to use a rope or anything to go down the hole.
It wasn't
Yeah,
a drop.
ropes.
It's straight into the wall.
Yeah.
It's just a straight drop. Okay.
Like
Okay.
it might be like a 1.5 foot drop to get down in there, and then you just walk across.
All right, I'll
You gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'll lumber down here.
I'll
Alright,
follow
1 sec.
behind him. Also, need to turn on the bars for this token for Silica as well. It's probably an older
Yeah.
token.
Hmm.
Why is everyone just saying?
So yeah, as soon as the
Hmm.
light comes into the room, it becomes more obvious that there's more than just soot in this room.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, it looks like whatever it was might have dragged down the hole. We didn't see it in the other room, so therefore they ate it from there, right? And pooped it out, and it became the soil. Right, Lily?
The circle of
Sort of
life.
circle of life thing.
And this blood again does seem pretty old, but still, like, it's still fresh
Oh.
enough that it was recently running, but it has coagulated since.
Ah, but there's no flesh near it, so no worries of anything out of the ordinary.
Oh yeah, probably ate it. Would you leave behind table scraps?
Hmm. Consumable? Does not look like it has that much nutrition in it.
Well, who knows what he ate?
She goes down to start inspecting it.
So you're going back down the hole? Or you mean in the blood?
In the blood.
Okay, yeah, so you're just inspecting the blood.
Yeah, nothing wasted. Just basically a nice checking for any solid chunks in the blood. You know, besides the coagulated, something outside the normal.
It seems like humanoid blood.
Ah, so nothing useful for me.
Not particularly.
I mean, you're gonna play in it all day.
It looks like something beat me to it.
Beet? Like beet juice? Is that why it's red? Is
No.
beet juice red? Beets are red, right? Or is that radishes? What do you think, Lily? Are beets red?
Beets are red, yes.
Beets are red. Beets are red, guys.
Alright, and when
I'm
you guys
sure
come
that
over to the
there
door,
weren't a lot
for those,
of beets
I know
here.
Furious is approaching it, you can see that there are like... claw marks isn't really the correct terminology, but it looks like somebody was digging at the door trying to get out.
I
Oh,
mean,
it
there's...
Is it a wood door or...
It is a wood door with like an iron bar.
There's dirt right over there, Lily. Who says you couldn't have had beets down there?
Can we push it open, or is it locked?
You try to
Or-
you push on it and it kind of like it budges in the way, not like the way it doesn't feel like it's locked. It feels like it's jammed.
Can I slam into it
Yes.
instead?
Give me a strength check.
Oh boy. Where's the thing I click? Just normal. It
You should just click the
ward strength, right?
the strength right over modifier on the left.
That the one. That did not do what I expected it to do. Wait, what? Oh, I was just clicking on that. I'm so bad.
I think we might need to turn off the auto advantage.
Yep, working on that.
I'll let you do your thing.
There.
Now click it.
Yep.
Click. Normal roll.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Eh.
Furious winds back and slams into the door.
Oh, big boy! Oh yeah, get him, Filbert and Glandor!
And it flies open and he kind of rushes through it before he manages to stop himself.
I should have used you as a ram, Welburd. Rub my shoulder.
Oh, you got that stick there. Could have pried it open.
I don't need to ruin my beautiful trident on some measly door.
Beautiful is in the eye of the beholder. You know, if you can't use the tool, then why have it?
Mine's more for the fleshy obstacles.
What is pretty fleshy? Compared to the stone around here.
Suddenly, Welburd is a botanist.
Oh yeah, I have many talent. Just remember we were talking about beets. I know beets are red. See?
I'll punch
Lilith
my
just
fists
gives
together.
an
And this is
obvious
the beat I was
deadpan.
talking about.
Yeah, Lilith gives Basilica an obvious deadpan stare. Then looks back to the door.
Come on, guys. I can't see. Lily. Oh. Oh. Footprint. Someone steppy here.
What kind of footprints do they appear to be?
They seem to be male boot prints because they're quite large. And they're tracked in soot, not blood.
Forehead. No sense stopping just because of some old prints.
Basilica, even through the mask, as you approach this way, you can smell gore.
Kind of stops for a second. That second turns into a minute.
I have a question, Axel.
Mhm.
With my experience with tracking and like manhunting, could I try to do say like a survival check to tell the size of the guy by like his how wide apart his feet are and like his stride and everything?
Go for it.
Okay.
You can try.
Yes. I get a +2 in this terrain. So that's 25.
Alright, from what you can tell, the person that left this stride was between 5'10 and 6'3. A bit heavy set. And with a slight limp on their left leg, as if they had an injury.
Hmm.
Because the
Well-
left footprints are heavier.
Gotcha.
Well, I'd say probably a human or an orc or something. Who knows if we'll find him soon. He was injured.
It was a dire halfling.
Oh my god.
A baby ogre.
Baby ogres wouldn't wear boots.
What if they were saint?
Teenage Knoll.
So yeah, with having the torch up there, you guys can kind of see the source of the smell of the viscera.
Yep.
I think we found the main feasting table here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and as you approach, you find that it seems like most of the body is missing, but there is some entrails, a leg, and an arm, and the hand is death gripping a lantern, which has spilled some whale oil into the blood.
Looks like there's another hole over here.
Does the leg have any boots on?
Nope.
Okay. Can I do the same check to see if I could guess the size of the foot and see if it matched?
That wouldn't really be survival in this case.
Okay. But still, can I do a check to basically
You can
try
try
and
to
see
do
if
a
it
medicine
matches?
check.
A medicine check. Okay. No.
Nope,
What feet?
that's a
I don't
foot.
like feet. Who would stare at feet like all day?
What's this,
There are also, yeah, the only other major feature of the room is this large, 10-foot tall bust, or statue of a lion made of white marble. And I would
like
say the
there's
platform
a,
on it is about 3 feet high.
Ah,
So,
gets a closer inspection on it.
Beaksy, there's some fleshy little bits here.
Could you spray it down a bit?
The only thing you know of note that when you inspect the statue is the bloody handprint towards the front of it on the platform.
Lilith glances at
Hmm.
Welburd and then Basilica holds up the hand. Can I offer you a hand with that?
The hand is death gripping the lantern, so the lantern comes with it.
Hey, Lily, can I give you a light?
Looks at the two, just with no change. More just... I guess this feeling like questioning both of you for your decisions.
Silently judging.
That's normal.
Yes.
Completely.
Is this blood on next to the hole coming out of
Yeah,
it?
there does seem to be some more spattered blood about the hole.
And I approach the hole carefully.
Sure.
I can see you're well armed, Lily.
Slowly continues down the hall. Just mainly disrespecting them through
And yes,
utter ignorance.
the way beyond the body parts where you guys are at, there is a portcullis.
Interesting.
Blocking the path. Not the way you're going, the way
In
that they're
terms-
going.
Oh. Oh, the way down below. I see.
Yeah, there's a portcullis down there. Which means you can see through it.
Considering the stench over there, getting just a bit further away to the east.
There's a window
the
down
stench-
this way.
Is the stench increasing as I go right? As I go to the east?
No, actually not.
A few
When
steps
you do approach
further.
there, you do find that the wall here seems to have collapsed a bit. And there is some more blood coming out from underneath the collapse.
Ah, interesting. Gets closer to starts pulling apart pieces that don't seem to be too gunked up.
Alright,
Is
so
there
you,
anything in this hole? Or is it like deep? Or
make me a
anything?
perception check.
Okay. Nick.
Alright, the hole seems to go down quite a ways. Through, like, the thickness of the floor is a couple feet, and then down below that there's just this black emptiness. So you really can't see what's down there, but you do see, like, cobwebs and things like that on the outer edges of the walling of the hole. But from what you can tell, this hole, whatever made it, definitely did it, like, through natural means. It wasn't, like, a shovel. Something with big, nasty claws dug this hole.
Okay, I will move away from that.
Don't be falling in back there,
Alright,
Philip.
Basilica, you spend some time clearing away some of the rubble to try to find what's underneath of it, and eventually you do uncover a small, statured, like, roughly humanoid body. Like, underneath of it. The most
Humanoid
notable
body.
features of the body, but largely it's mangled by being crushed, are a very bloodied red pointy hat and a pair of iron boots.
Interesting. How long has this body been... Is it decomposing, or is it just kind of freshly killed?
Oh, it's pretty fresh.
Oh, I'm gonna start inspecting it deeper. Pulls out the scalpel and starts going to work on it.
So yeah, you guys watch her drag this small corpse wearing a red pointy hat and iron boots out of the pile of rubble.
Oh! That's one of those guys.
And she pulls out a very small blade and starts slicing into the crushed torso.
Perhaps you should ask how much he made for him.
Yeah, how much did he make for, like, check him for money?
I mean, in her motion, as she's cutting into it, looks over, and then continues with the same knife to start slicing the clothing at any point where there's pockets to see if anything falls out. Very,
Alright.
very little time is used to do so. Just more like cut to see if coins fall out, cut to see if coins fall out, and then continues cutting the rest of the body with it.
Alright, the only thing that comes falling out of there is it has a small pouch and you slice it open and 3 silver pieces and an iron coin fall out.
Oh!
She's very efficient.
Welburd will dart in and out to avoid the blade just in case and grab him.
Notice we have another set of footprints here, too.
Well, that's true. So, Beaksy, I got this thing, and Wilbur will pull out a little book. I forget what these are called, but I talked to some of them before. And as a scholar I asked them about behavioral stuff.
As she continues cutting through, just listening while performing the rest of the bodily interrogation.
I'm gonna flip through a few pages. Ah. Hi, Morningstar. I can't read my own handwriting. Oh yeah. You asked them like what they ate. You know what they do during the day. How they fuck.
As you said, what they ate. I immediately am reaching into the crushed torso, finding what is the stomach, and just pulling it up and slicing it open and looking in and going, I believe this is what they ate. And then just kind of like whatever's currently in there, just emptying it onto the floor before continuing.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
that was close.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
was so close.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. Yeah, you're very deftly performing this autopsy on this crushed body. And yeah, you dump out the contents of its stomach, and it's like bits of meat and random, like, rye bread and things like that. Half digested.
By the way, after doing that, I do also start shifting the body about 1.5 feet to the right of the... So where I had basically taken the stomach, pulled it out, and just poured it like that, I then kind of moved the body away from that location. Actually, no. I think it's better if I'd walked over to Welburd and just take the stomach and turn it upside down and dump the contents and then walk back over to the body and then continue.
Welburd will kneel down and like take a small board from the rubble and start poking the stuff.
Okay.
Also, something about the hats. And those boots. They all wear them. Every single one of them. I think there's something with hat, like it's important. Like, biologically.
She then continues, reaches towards the hat to see if it's removable. Is it removable?
It takes some effort, but
Or is
yes.
it's stuck to the head?
It's kind of matted into their hair with blood.
Okay. Starts slicing the hair out, cutting around, basically scalping the fucking character, and then just giving the helm to Welburd, scalp and all.
Oh,
So you have a red cap scalp.
I'll take that.
Then goes back to continuing to slice.
And yeah, the other notable thing, like I said, these boots, they've got like 15-pound iron boots on their feet. Like, these things are like fantasy clogs.
They were gonna give quite a wallop. I think they gave Baked Beans a real running for his money.
They're like freaking high-rise platform boots.
You don't want to get kicked by them.
Well,
Trust
yeah.
me.
If you were a red cap, you would want to be.
And can I take my trident and with the butt end of it, poke it at this cracked floor in front of me?
Okay, you smack the floor with it. Give me a strength check.
Alrighty. When in doubt, hit it hard. Oh, this is not what I expected to happen.
You see, he hit floor with his trident, but he won't hit a door.
You hit the floor. It doesn't like break, but there definitely is like a crumbling sound.
Okay, so it does
Like,
sound
it's
kind of
unstable.
Gotcha.
Oh, is that floor fleshy, huh?
Yeah, I personally wouldn't walk on it. You probably could.
I wanna.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Welburd, you're
Yeah.
able to take a look at these footprints. Are they the same as before?
Oh, yeah, one sec.
Welburd will put away his book and stop poking the chunks on the floor.
Well, they're immediately not the
What?
same because they're barefoot.
I mean, look, they got doozies. So, he ain't wearing boots.
That's 13.
Okay, the only thing you can tell of these ones is that they're very strange. They have a strange gait about them. They're very slender feet, but larger than you would expect from, like, given how light the step is, they look too large to be a woman's foot.
Mm-hmm.
But they look light enough to be a woman's foot. They're slender. So they seem very odd to you. But they are definitely
Well-
humanoid, and they don't have any of the, like, distinct marks of, like, gnoll feet or anything like that.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. It is like a lady foot. Well, not a lady foot, but it is like a very close, light walk, and, is a weird. He's nothing I know. What do you think, Lil? You know much about feet?
Not terribly.
Fair enough. But yeah, it's like big feet. So, if it ain't ladies, maybe they're packing or something, but,
You can check the feet. Goes now, continues slicing. Now towards the feet, actually dissecting the feet.
Here's the problem with that is getting the boots off. These things seem to be practically, like, bolted into the flesh on this guy.
Alright. Noticing that it's bolted in, decides to go into the pack and get the bone saw.
There you go.
Starts going at the ankle.
Yep, so you saw the feet off,
systematically
with,
destroying them,
like, boot and
yeah.
all.
And then, after finishing, cleansing the top, then gives it to Welburd and says, "You seem to be a bit heavier than expected."
yeah. Yeah, they hurt.
I don't know if that was you burping,
looks-
Verdun, or you actually trying to make vomit, like, Welburd was vomiting.
No. There's me, like, him, like, not expecting the way one
Groaning.
was falling over.
Oh, okay.
I'm just imagining Welburd getting it and just like, please tell me if you have this upside down that the blood's not just draining out onto the floor.
It probably
the,
is.
the blood and the bone splinters just like falling out.
Probably. Because how else are you going to inspect the soul of the boot?
You're right.
Quelford will like put the foot down, like, next to the footprints. I really doubt it's this, but why not see the comparison? How big are their feet?
No. They're tiny. Like, the boots are huge.
As an actual question, like, how big?
Are... what?
The fucking red cap feet.
Redcap feet? They're very small.
Yeah.
The boots are the bulk of the,
Mm-hmm.
foot. The foot itself is very strange and emaciated almost. Like, it's malformed inside the boot. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to put it, but like when, like the I don't know what subcultures do it, but like the foot binding kind of stuff
Oh,
yeah.
that some African cultures do. It's almost like that when you try to pull, like, the foot out. It's very gross and tiny.
Hey, Filbert,
What?
Filbert, catch!
Eh.
And they'll
I'll,
toss the boots at them.
I'll, sidestep.
So
I
yeah,
don't
it
want
flies
that.
past you with and hits the ground behind you with a loud thud.
Oh, come on!
I'd say
Welburd
each boot
didn't
weighs
need to make
roughly
us-
like 7.5 pounds.
As I say, did Welburd need to make a strength check to make that throw?
Yeah, to chunk it.
He's not that weak.
He's actually got a decent strength.
True.
If he was trying to chuck it at him, like to hit him, yes, he would have to, but nah, he's just chucking it underhand.
So our friend over there, how did he die?
I think he got crushed.
Yeah, he definitely got crushed.
And what do we think finding by cutting him open?
There's always answers in the body.
The what?
There's always answers in the body.
Like written in there?
In sense.
Welburd, give me a
I've heard of
perception
people,
check.
like-
Give me a perception check, Welburd.
Okay.
I get a +2 on this as well. 26.
Alright. So yeah, while you're the closest to the door, you can hear a voice coming from the other side of the door. It's not like right up against it, but there's definitely somebody in the next room talking. You don't hear any other voices answering them, so it sounds like it's a sole person talking to themselves or chanting.
Welburd will spin around and fall out over through the window.
Oh god!
Oh, Jesus.
So Welburd just spins around, pulls this really fancy looking, like, high-tech, spinny gear weapon that you guys have never seen the likes of before, and just blasts away with it through the door. Alright. Go ahead and make me 3 attacks with a disadvantage.
Okay.
I think that's what... No, full auto is a...
It's a burst. It's a DC.
Okay, but since you don't know anything where the target is or anything like that,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
just
do 3
blowing through the
then,
door.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Triple
God.
disadvantage.
2.
Oh.
5.
Nice.
There's one.
If only I didn't have to disadvantage. A 24. Shall I roll the damage?
Yeah, go ahead.
10.
Alright. So the door kind of gets some holes blown in it, but nothing you can see through, really. And yeah, like I said before for you guys, this thing sounds nothing like any kind of firearm you've ever seen, which firearms are pretty commonplace, but they're goblin built mostly. Like, goblins were the ones that really started introducing firearms to the rest of the world because they stole them from dwarves and reverse engineered them.
Ringing. Considering I'm pretty friggin' close to that, I'm going to assume that the ringing from the big explosion that just happened next to my head.
This actually,
enough for
like,
me to
that's what I'm
start-
saying. Like, this gun isn't that loud. It's loud, like, but more like a modern firearm, not like a black powder weapon.
Okay.
Like, like,
Regardless.
out of character. This is basically an SMG.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, considering that I'm expecting that if they're starting to move to the east, I should probably finish up where I am. I start putting the parts of the body back in their neat and tidy locations before closing up and, cleaning off my instruments.
Yeah.
While she does it, I'm gonna boot in the door.
Alright, 1 second.
Lilith will facepalm and
Understandably.
Alright, I'm gonna post this in Ashwell for you guys to see. Real quick. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Interesting.
real high tech and fancy looking.
I got it from a chest.
A Spitfire. Alright, so you go boot the door. It's not even sealed.
It's all bad entrances. I think that was a pretty good entrance.
I'll sidestep the crumbly floor.
Alright, well, since you kind of already started it, it's time for initiative, kids. But we don't roll initiative like normal here in Ashwell.
True.
Only one person rolls initiative. The one with the best initiative score.
Is that what we do now?
Oh no, it's everybody rolls initiative and you take the sum. You're right.
Yeah.
Team initiative.
Ah, okay.
We did team initiative.
Yeah, team initiative.
The average.
Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh shit!
And there's
I
a one,
forgot to
Axel.
track mine.
There's
Sorry.
a 1, alright, yeah!
clicky. Hey.
Alright, put your naughty die bin in.
Thank you.
Welburd really bringing down the average.
He's trying to look cool.
I mean, he already got to make an attack, so it's fair.
Mhm.
Who are we missing?
The silicon.
Sarah, I want to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh yeah, sorry I had done it, but I think I fucked up.
Ah. Yeah, you
Mine
have to make
was
sure you
a
click your
9.
token when you do it. Sometimes it won't do it.
Okay. That's close.
So. Yeah, you guys go first. Not that that's super important quite yet, but yeah, you guys go first. Welburd has walked up and smashed the door open after blasting away with it into it with bullets. But you don't really see much of anything inside yet, I don't think. But as soon as you open the door, there is the stink of like ash and soot and burning.
Lily, bring up the light, please.
And after you shot, you now can all hear, once the door's open, you can all hear this man, a man praying inside. More desperately now.
So we can decide like who goes when.
Yep. So basically, yeah,
so
team
should
initiative.
we-
Basically, everybody shares a turn, goes it one by one, but it's like it's all one combined turn, and it's not like you have to do everything at once. One person can move, then the other person can move, and like it's basically just kind of deciding as a group how you want to do your turn to set it up the most tactically sound for you as a group.
Okay.
Like you can perform your action or your bonus action separately. You don't have to do both.
Is there any way you can move the just like a little bit down your token so we can see through better? I think if you hold Alt, you should place it as you please.
Yeah.
This dude.
Look at this
I'm
dude.
just imagining Lily's fucking like swing, like, you know, gently caressing the torch towards the door, just pointing it at the door.
I should actually, 1 second. This isn't a torch, but he does have a light source. I'll do that now as well. He's got a lantern on him.
Enemies in the open.
And he's basically, yeah, you guys open the door and there's this guy standing on the other side of a bunch of charred corpses. And he's got a book in one hand and a lantern in the other. He has like, he doesn't look like a priest necessarily, but he definitely looks kind of like a monk almost. Like he's very, very simplistically dressed in a very like basic bluish colored smock. Not really carrying much of anything on him.
Well,
But as you're all kind of walking into the room, he's just chanting. He's like, "By the fire may we be cleansed. By the fire may we be cleansed. By the fire may we be cleansed," over and over.
I ain't taking that shit.
I'll go. If that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll rev myself up by walking back and forth, and I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
One sec, actually.
Welburd, the wind-up album.
Yeah, Welburd's one of those cars
Yeah.
that you pull backwards and then it goes forwards.
I'm
In the
going
background, all
to-
you hear is the gun going. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'm going to, as my bonus action, Hunter's Focus him.
Ah, yes.
Because I can do that.
Yeah, that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Because we totally know that this is something we should.
15.
I don't know about you, but they appear religious, and religion has no purpose in this world. So therefore, there's no wrongs with destroying them.
He's talking about fire. Bad.
Fire is very bad.
Alright, so...
Unless the word arm comes after it.
Yes, you've marked him.
Are you gonna show him the way of the firearm then?
Yes.
And he does seem to be, like, he has a wound on his, like, upper thigh, and he's bleeding out of it.
Does a 15 hit?
Did you roll? Where is it?
Yeah, I don't see one.
Yeah, I
Really?
don't see it. Nobody else sees it.
Legitimately, like... Sarah, you had this happen too with your initiative. Maybe there's something up with the rolls right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, because mine was, I had to, like, re-click on my token, make sure I sent it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
that's
you want
normal
me
with
to,
initiative.
do you want me to re-roll it?
No, that's fine. I believe it. Okay, so
Yeah,
15
I
definitely
can
hits this
literally
guy. He's
send it to
not wearing any armor at all.
Okay.
There's
Can you
the
see that?
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that worked.
Oh,
Proof.
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's
16
Welburd.
Plus 6, so 22.
See, I didn't see the d6. Weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I just did the 2d6. And yeah, it got a 2 and a 4. Yeah, that's weird. Do I have to like maybe select a token every time I roll?
Maybe. That's new
Or
if
not
it
even,
is.
or maybe let me roll the Hunter's Focus again, just to see. Can you see it if I don't have my token selected?
Yeah.
I see it
Yeah,
now.
I can see.
Yeah, that's weird. I did get a 6 though, not a 10. So 22 damage.
Wait, Hunter's Focus should only do 1 die.
For some reason I have it set up to do
1 for each attack, maybe?
let me see.
I mean, they are separate rolls for some reason.
I guess.
So the first one
For
does
some
20.
reason on my sheet I have it set up for 2d6. I think you put this on here, but
Maybe.
I don't
know. It's weird. Either way, it should be a
Either way,
d6.
if it was a d6, then it's a...
Yeah, so you did 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I know.
blast this guy
Me too.
again. And he kind of like does that. He's like, it hits him straight in the chest, and he's like, drops the book. He's like, by the fire, let me cleansed. And then he drops the lantern and bursts into flames. Because he was covered in whale oil.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you guys got this.
Because you just set him on fire?
You guys got this.
One sec. There we go.
This is now the opposite of a situation that I can perform in.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he is now being consumed by the flames as he's like falling to his knees.
Wilbur's got a good reason to not just it. Oh yeah, that's right. I have 2 attacks.
Yes, you do.
One sec. Am I in range?
I don't know.
I'm checking. Actually, yeah, I still have movement, so I can just move ahead and shoot him again. Cause I got
Yeah.
50 feet of movement.
You've
'cause
still
I'm a
got
fast-
movement.
That's horrifying.
He has a lot of movement, yeah. And we nerfed him a little.
Yeah, I used to have 150. Like total, because I was able to use actions to move.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he could triple move if he did nothing else.
22. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yep.
11.
Jesus.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Plus 4, so 50 more damage.
Another 15 points of damage. You just shoot him in the head as he's falling. He's dead. This man is dead. And
Turn it
burning.
down.
Don't worry about me shooting right past you guys.
So that happened.
It's self-defense. He was hexing me.
And as you guys know, you're kind of making your way into the room, and the guy's like burning to death, even though he's already dead. Like his body is just in flames now. You can hear a voice from the far side of the far to the north of the room, but a kind of a echoey, kind of disturbing voice, and it just, I hear blood.
He hears blood.
I can hear blood.
Boiling.
I think we found our friend.
The blood boils.
That it is.
And then the guy falls
Lilith
over the rest of the
calls
way to the ground and burning.
Yeah.
And touches the big pile of bodies, which then bursts into flames as well. And some of them start getting up.
Okay.
This is when the real fight
Lilith will
starts.
pick up a little bit.
Gonna nicely just push Welburd into the room. You know, just a nice little push towards the room.
I want to
No,
go.
you have this. You have this. You're the one with. You're the one that can hit them.
So Wilburd's the only one that's
Really?
actually done.
Yeah,
He
battle's
took his turn, basically, so now it's the rest of you
Ah.
moved somewhat.
Lilith is going to call out, ask, "Is that here's the blood?"
And you can kind of hear a voice in the distance, but you don't understand it over the sounds of the crackling flames and everything else at this point. Like flames crackling and the sounds of bodies like snap, the bones kind of exploding from the fire, and these skeletons getting up all cover the sound of the voice. These skeletons are completely engulfed in flame.
So, there's no, like, break in combat?
Nope, it's still the same combat, so...
Okay,
I guess
got
we
it,
would
okay.
basically say your guys' turn ended, so the skeleton's turn is when they get up. So they'll start doing stuff. Because there was really nothing else for any of you to attack at that point. The only thing you could really do is
Right.
move in.
Well, they're currently on fire, so that's not on my.
And then there's one other thing that
Direction
only
of
Lilith
desire.
can see currently.
Oh.
Yeah, that down there in the bottom of Lilith, you can see an altar that was covered in stuff, and all of it was just like suddenly burst into flames and consumed, and this thing came rising up out of those flames. Alright, so it's time for the skeletons to do something, I guess. Let me grab their character sheets. Pop them out. Mr. Scully Pants.
Spooky.
Spooky, scary Skeleman.
Spooky, ooky, pumpkin.
Did Welburd run away again? Oh no, you stayed back there, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you like ran away more. I was like, yes.
No, that's where I was.
Oh, that's great. Actually, no, that one's not gonna move. There's no real reason for them to move necessarily. Alright, so one of them approaches Lilith and tries to poke her, basically. Like, they just reach out with their flaming hands and try to touch you. But a 9 is not going to hit you,
New.
so he misses. The next skeleton tries to go up and touch Fira's, their flaming hand.
Oh boy.
Does a 20 hit? I bet it does.
Yep.
So take 2 points of fire damage as it just scalds you with its touch.
I told you fire was bad. I warned you.
Yeah,
But
this is,
no.
The other two, each, they kind of like raise their palms and a little small ball of fire forms, and they both huck them through the doorway. First one's aiming at Welburd, who is in the range. Yeah, he's in range. Oh, that's a 23.
Ooh.
Welburd, you take 10 points of fire damage. And
I have
the ground in front of you sort of collapses a bit more.
I have the Charwood breastplate.
Okay.
Does that do anything to the actual fire, or is it simply just doesn't burn? I forgot.
It just simply doesn't burn. The Charwood breastplate itself is unburnable.
Mhm.
The
How much
second
was it?
one, 10.
Okay.
Second one hucks the ball at Basilica and gets a crit. Welp.
F.
F indeed. Ouch. Basilica, take 25 fire damage.
wow.
Ouchies.
Big oof. Yeah.
You there, Sarah?
Yeah, sorry, I was just double checking something.
Yeah, you took 25 fire.
25 fire? Oh,
25
God,
fire damage.
alright,
Yeah, you got
recoil.
critted.
I got credit. I recoil back a bit.
And last but not least, there's... other things.
Are you gonna draw something, Flynt?
No, I was trying to not.
Do you want me to delete that?
Yeah, new interface.
Alright, and the last one. Floating in from the upper area is just
Yeah,
a
that's what I
flying skull that's on fire.
Is that the little
And
thing that's on the north side?
Sick Doomwad.
Yeah.
and that flaming skull thing gets really blurry. Almost like there's more than one of them kind of blurred together in that spot.
Hmm.
Puff, as in, aka, it casts blur.
Yeah.
And then it's done, so it's your guys' turn again.
Alright. How about a at the ruler thing and not screw everything up like I'm usually good at.
Yeah, they're not sure how to get the ruler to work.
The ruler is the... Which one? You
There's
mean the
a-
like when you want to move?
No,
this
to measure
freeform.
distance.
It's now it's got a different symbol now, but it's the fourth one down on the sidebar.
If I can screw
Yeah.
this up. Arrow. Oh wait, hold on. Yes. Let's see. That is. Very awkward to draw a circle.
How big of a circle do you want?
It's 20 feet in diameter, so I guess centered at where my ruler is. So kind of, I don't know, it encapsulates most of this room. That, yeah. For wall of water.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. It can be a 20-foot diameter ring, up to 20 feet high, or however high the ceiling is, I'm not sure. And 1 foot thick. Thick wall.
Go ahead and just click the spell to bring it into the chat box.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me see if I can. I've been copy pasting this stuff, get the info in there.
Yeah, some of the spells.
30
on
feet
this
long,
spells
10
were-
feet high, and 1 foot thick. Or you can make a
Or-
ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 feet high. And 1 foot thick.
Well, Pie Lily.
So you're making a ring of water.
Yeah, I'll go with a
So basically,
ring, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how to draw that on the map. It's kind of the room. But fire damage passing through it is halved, which is... Or passing through it, I think. Although range damage going in kind of sucks.
Oh, and its wall is up to that. But you can
Yeah.
make it.
you want it like
I just
that?
wanted to get all the fiery skeletons stuck inside of it, I guess.
Yeah, so like that.
Yeah, pretty much that. So they're all kind of stuck inside.
Yep.
And any cold damage that goes through it will cause that to freeze, but that's all I got for... I don't have any of that.
So it's difficult terrain as well, so moving through it costs you twice as much movement.
Mm-hmm.
Any weapon attack, ranged weapon attack has disadvantage going into it, and fire damage is halved if it passes through it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's...
I like how when you break a frozen part, the water doesn't fill.
Yeah.
So you can have like
Yeah.
a almost full circle, but with a little gap in it that was broken out.
Yep.
All right. That was a good move. I like that.
Yeah.
Next.
I
Big
much
brain.
prefer...
Before anything else happens, Lilith is going to try to inspire Zillica.
What? Okay, so you're inspiring her. That was not what I meant to click.
Excellent.
All right, so you inspired her. What else do we want to do?
Well, not that Lilith isn't impressed by the giant wall of water that's. She's going to focus some energy on the one in the corner here.
The one down to the south? Oh, no, okay. Alright.
And she's going to cast Shatter.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, boy.
Let's see that shatter. Your only attack spell, really. Other than, of course, Mockery. Alright, so Shatter. I'm trying to remember exactly how it works. A sudden, loud, ringing, painfully intense noise erupts from a point of your choice within the range. A 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point must make a con save. So, based on that one...
Yep. And she's making a motion as if she's picking a really loud, cacophonous note on her violin.
Alright, so there
Question.
hits 4 of them.
Since bones are technically inorganic, at least in the base, they're calcium. It's not like flesh. Would they have disadvantage? Would you count bones as inorganic?
No. They are organic, because bones are organic. Alright, so
calcium
4
is
of them
only
need to make
part of
save throws.
there.
Yeah, calcium
Yeah,
is
but-
organic.
Yeah, but when you dry out, you pretty much lose all the organic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're still made out of organic material no matter what. There's very little inorganic material in the human body. Most of it would be foreign.
If it was petrified bone,
Yeah, then.
yeah, that would be totally
Alright, so 4 con saves. Here we go.
I like to imagine the water wall is just like rippling, and we're just like,
Oh yeah, it'd definitely be reacting to this loud, explosive noise. Alright, so what's the DC on that? I think only one of them passed. You've probably got like a DC 13?
Oh, well, her DC is spell save is 15.
Oh, okay. So yeah, one of them passed. The last of the 4. Which means it takes half damage?
yes.
Right.
Alright, so they all took... How much was it? 12. All but one. Oh, shoot. One second. I have these all marked as the same token, so when I did one of their HP, they all went the same. That's not cool.
Oof.
I mean, it works for me in this part, because I just changed all three of the ones I needed to at once. But the one that was taking less damage shouldn't have been changed. Alright, so that... One last one to adjust real quick. And I'm lagging for no apparent reason.
Lagay.
No.
Huh?
No Lugay. I don't like it. Alright, so that leaves Basilica and Welburd.
Well, for myself, I would have to step back over here out of sight and see if I can try and apply some sort of healing to myself. Not
Alright.
sure if I can do that with first aid against my... Or not first aid, sorry, doctor's orders.
Yes, you can heal yourself. You are a creature within range.
Okay. Okay, then spend a hit die to do so.
Position heal thyself.
Yes.
So you expend a hit die and you automatically gain the maximum result of your hit die, which I think for your class is a D8.
Yeah, max results, let's see, D8?
So it's 8 plus your con plus your intelligence modifier. Con modifier, of course.
Okay, so con modifier is 2. If I am a D8, then...
Plus your intelligence modifier as well.
Yeah, plus intelligence. Okay, so I'd heal...
You have a total of 13.
14?
It's
13,
8.
okay.
Yeah, D8. So it's 8 plus 2 plus
There you go,
3.
Up to 22? Okay, so 13.
It's pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I have to just kind of see about giving sage. Well, I could do sage advice on Welburd, right, for their
Yeah.
attack roll for once. Once during. Okay.
Is it what is I can't remember. Is Sage Advice a reaction?
I don't recall. It just says.
Oh no, you just use it when somebody's making a skill check to give them a
Oh, okay.
bonus.
Then, all right, then I'll use that.
So you have to wait until somebody makes an
Oh.
attack roll and then declare, I'm going to use Sage
Okay.
Advice to give them the bonus before they roll.
Okay, awesome. I have no ranged weapons, so I can't do anything right now besides just sit where I am.
But you can throw scalpels, but yes.
How many
Alright.
scalpels do I have? I have just the ones on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's Welburd.
Well, with that wall of water, I get disadvantage.
Yes.
So, in all honesty, I'd rather not Filbert in the back. So, I'm gonna be whipping about.
Yeah,
So I'm
basically the
going
wall of
to-
water makes it very hard to see the skeletons on the other side. You can, especially because they're glowy. And you know how water works with light.
So, if I'm gonna be during that time, I'm gonna be drawing my fancy ass dress saber.
Mm-hmm.
And if I got into melee with it, would I be able to stick through the wall enough to basically like shoot it point blank with my pistol, or is that too much?
It would douse the pistol.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
But you can make
Okay.
melee attacks through the wall with no penalty.
Yeah, I'll do just that. So with skirmish. Well,
That ain't
with
hitting.
that +3 maybe. Would a 12 hit? Well, I'm not gonna ask that because I'm not gonna like. If I spent resources, would it work? No. I'm just gonna say no, didn't hit.
Yeah, it didn't hit.
And I'll roll again. Hey, 26.
Well, that hit.
A 9. And then I will use my bonus action to disengage.
True Welburd
I'm
fashion.
picturing like the feet just making circles and a little cloud of dust behind it.
Alright, I think that's all of you.
Pretty much.
I'm actually going to remove that fire now. He's burned up by now. Alright. These skeletons don't seem very happy about being trapped in a water wall.
I figured that'd be the opposite of what they would enjoy.
Yeah, they're not really all that enthused about that.
Today.
But before that, we're gonna have that Scully thing do some stuff, which I feel less bad about doing this now. Everybody's favorite level 3 spell.
Uh,
Yeah. So, let's see. Oh god, it's gonna go to there. So everybody but Welburd needs to make a dex save.
Oh boy.
As the fire skull thing launches a orb of flame out of its maw that lands here and explodes.
Is it LOS or is it just anyone?
It's an area effect.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It goes around corners and everything. It's a fireball.
That would be half damage, though, right?
yeah.
Is it? Oh, that's it.
It'll be, if you succeed, it'll be half of half.
Okay. And you said dex save?
Yep, dex saves.
Look at my thingamajig. That is not my specialty here.
Nope.
Well.
Ouch.
And Lilith as well.
So how much am I taking?
Did you roll, Flynt?
Yeah,
I
it's a
did.
14.
I rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. So, everything that's over a 13 passed.
Okay,
So the ones that
half-
passed take half of a half. So, how that... Okay, so Anger, firstly, you take 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Because of the halved full damage. The other two of you would take 6 fire damage.
Okay, awesome.
Fireball's bad. If that hadn't been mitigated, Anger would have taken 21 points of fire damage.
Oh boy. Thanks, Firewall.
Waterwall. But yes, Firewall would be a very unhelpful thing right now. And as you would
yes.
expect, the skeletons are literally unaffected.
Right.
Kerosene wall. Thank you so much for accentuating the fire damage.
Yeah.
Wall of
it melded with
kerosene.
it melded with the whale oil that the guy was sculpting, so it's actually just
Oh,
oil
no.
wall.
Yeah, oil wall.
I cast Wall
The
of
room is
Whale
covered in
Oil.
Flammable liquid.
I cast lava lamp.
Can I cast Wall of Kerosene? That sounds fun.
No.
I can't.
Yeah, next time we'll bring jugs of oil to pour on the wall.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I literally have
You
some.
have adventuring gear.
Not right now.
Technically, adventuring gear can be a jug of oil.
I mean, yeah, how else are you gonna build a lantern?
Yeah. I think it'll be a little too diluted, though. Maybe a
Alright,
small wall.
so here we go. The one behind Lilith tries to touch her and fails. The one in front of her tries to touch her. Hits, but it'll do half damage because it's going through the water wall. It crit for 5. So you take 3 points of fire damage, Lilith.
Okay.
The one on Firoz. Because they're skeletons. They're not smart enough to just walk out of the water wall and smack you. That's gonna hit. That's a 21. 3 points of fire damage. So, 2.
Oh.
Because it's rounded up.
Oops. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, and then the ones in here, they can't see Vasilicus, so they're both gonna chuck fiery orbs at Welburd.
What?
Because he's in range. That's a 22.
That's cars.
10.
So
That passes through,
5.
so 5, yeah. Second one. A 23. Wow.
Jeez.
And that's 13
These guys
points, so that does another
These guys have
7.
disadvantage, right?
Oh yeah, they're
These guys
ranged
are
attack, you're right, I gotta give them that. Let me roll a couple more and see if they failed then. That's a 10, so the second definitely missed. And the first one definitely missed. You didn't
Okay.
take anything. I forgot they were actually ranged attacks and not magic attacks. And I rolled a 1, so I'm going to take one of these dice out of the bin.
Oh.
Give me disadvantage, I'll botch. And on that note, here comes the last fireball. From the guy that came out from the north. At Firaz, because he's the only target.
Oh.
And the lowest roll was an 18. That's going to hit.
Ouch.
And it would do 16, so you take 8 points of fire damage.
Owie.
Yep.
Oof.
I got
Fire!
it, though.
It's like, think how much this would have done if you didn't have the wall.
I know.
Alright, your guys' turn.
Oh boy.
But Lilith, much to your glee, the thing that you see to the south has not done anything. It just seems to be a visage more so than anything.
Yeah, it seems kind of like it's an avatar of something. So the first thing she's going to do, she can't see. Well, she's going to inspire Peruse.
Alright. Inspired.
Woo.
I got an idea.
Okay, and then she's going to turn her attention to the one that ran up the stairs from the south. She's going to manipulate her hands as if she's controlling Marionette and cast Puppet.
Okay.
That's a DC.
Another con save, okay. It fails.
So she's going to move it into the water wall, so it's with its friends.
Okay, so as it walks through the water,
Perfect.
like it lets out a baleful screech.
Let's
Alright.
see.
I got a good idea. One that I should have remembered. It's alright if I go?
Yeah, Lilith's done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna move forward. And I'm going to which is a saving throw, not an attack. In this 10-foot area and hits all 5 skeletons.
I'm gonna give
Uh-huh.
Sage advice to this one.
Sage
It
Advice won't affect
is-
this. It's not an attack
yeah.
roll.
Oh, it's just for them. Okay.
They have to make a saving throw, yeah.
So it's DC 15 dex.
And it hits all of them, so 6 skeletons. No, not all of them.
It should be 5.
It's
Yeah,
a 10-foot
all of
cube,
them
isn't
within
it?
the wall.
Pretty sure it's a 10-foot cube.
Yes, it is. So it hit the 5.
It would only hit... No. Like a 10-foot cube at, Thunder Strike. So it's a block, 10 foot on each side. So you could only hit 2 of them. And, actually, the most you could hit is if you placed it down this way, you could hit 3 of them in one shot.
Oh, so I'm guessing it's just like the ruler being dumb.
Yeah, the ruler
So,
doesn't,
yeah.
it doesn't do that kind of, it goes from the center, that's the problem. Snap to corner,
Yeah.
it's 10 foot across on any given side.
Well,
Alright.
yeah. If you put it in the center of them, though, that would be in the middle of the 10.
But then it'll hit you as well.
So I'll just do it here and hit these 3 then.
Alright,
Gotta free up Lily. I'll do it again because I get 2 attacks.
Okay. Give me a sec. What was the damage on the first one? 14.
14. Unless it already killed him, which I've done.
Yeah, no, it didn't. Alright, 1 sec.
I'm sorry for all the saving throws.
Don't
Okay,
worry,
it's
we'll have
fine.
more.
I'm just doing the damage on. Oh, wow, 21 for the second time, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so, in the aftermath, these 2 are dead.
Alright.
Upon death, I need, Lilith to
Oh.
make a dex save. As they both, like, as they're being penetrated by all these bullets, both of the ones that are dying, like, kind of, like, do this, like, looking up at the heavens and with their hands to the sides thing, and explode. You pass. So you take half of 4, but it's halved again, so you take 1 point of fire damage from the explosion. It's only the 1 because it's a, or no, it is a 10-foot area, so you would have to take 2 saves. Because you're within 10 feet of both of them. Let's see how much, what quarter damage you're going to take from the second one. Another 1. Take those 2 points of damage and like it. Okay.
She looks down at a little piece of smoldering clothing and just whacks it with
It's
her
like
hand.
yeah, you got like a smoldering bone shard sticking out of you. You're like, ow.
Rude. None of you are gonna light my fire day.
Let's see.
Are you trying to measure Thunderwave?
I am not, because that would not help me here.
Okay, making sure. Because Thunderwave is the same
Yeah,
way with
Thunderwave
his
would-
thing. It's a 10-foot block. Or 15-foot block in that
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, and it'd be only right in front of me and not really like all that particularly useful. That'd be. Yeah. No, for shatter.
Oh god, you have it too.
Yeah. Probably from here, so it'll hit the dude next to
Yeah.
me, the one adjacent, and then the skull.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
shatter is a
the one-
sphere, so you're okay.
Yeah. So it'll hit pretty much everything but the one next to Lilith.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, and it's a con save.
Yep.
Go ahead and click it and bring it out.
Alright.
You want to click the one not on your spell page, but on your front. In the attack section.
Yeah, otherwise it kind of bugs out.
Oh, there it is. I have to click my token first. Make it not complain. I'll do so. Let's see. Shatter. Yes. Level 2, I guess. Right.
Yep.
Oh, that kind of sucked.
So DC 14. Con save.
Shadoobie. Shattered. Shadoobie. Shattered.
That's 3 skeletons. DC 14, so only one of them has succeeded, and then the skull. Alright, so 7 points of damage to all of them except one skeleton, which takes 4. So we'll start from the bottom.
Hooray for saving throws.
Woo!
All right, and then the one in front of you, because it's the one that's in front of you that died, it does the same thing as the others did, where it raises its hands to the sky and explodes. So I need a dex save from you.
Boy, my specialty.
Dodge!
It's not a one.
Nope, that's not a dodge.
I do not dodge.
You can't be good at everything.
Lumbers out of the way.
What are you talking about, Welburd is?
Nah,
Welburd is perfect.
I take.
you take 3 points of damage. Yep.
Hey, I'm doing great.
Yeet!
Kaboom! All right,
And I can't
so
even make a
Lilith,
trophy out of these
Firaz, and Welburd have gone. All that's left is Basilica.
Move in position closer, but I don't know if I can target anyone. What I can do though is I can actually gonna first aid you, or not first
Hey.
aid. Sorry. What was it called again?
Doctor's orders?
Doctor's orders on you.
All right, so
So
your hit
heal
die is also a
13.
D8 anger. What's your con modifier?
Oh,
It's a 3.
You would get 11 plus her intelligence modifier.
so a 4.
So 15 hit points back. But
Hey.
it cost you a hit die, so one of your hit dice is used.
Yep. So I'm down to. Wait, mine
One of mine?
or
No, it cost
theirs?
his hit die. You're healing
Oh,
him. Yeah, it costs hit dice to whoever you heal.
Cool.
Is that
Alright.
okay?
Basically, you're using their natural healing, but just facilitating it through medicine.
Okay. As long as that's okay, I'd rather you alive than dead.
Yeah, me too.
That's so good.
Uh-huh.
Did
All right.
Is he
I'm gonna move back a bit.
reminded?
But imagine if she didn't have a good intelligence and stuff like that. Like, if you use it on somebody with a low con, they're gonna get imagine use it on a wizard, they're gonna get like 7 HP plus your intelligence modifier.
Still.
Oh yeah, it's really
Still,
good.
That's free health.
But if you're a level 1 character, you can only use it once on each person before you have to rest. And then you don't have
Yeah.
hit dice for the rest.
It's free real estate.
That's what I like about it. It's a good balanced healing, because it uses your
Oh, yeah.
pre-existing resources.
It's just that usually we don't take short rests.
No, not very often.
Especially in this.
Alright, so that's everybody?
That's not particularly advised to rest at all in keep.
No.
Yeah.
No. Alright, the one in front of Lilith is going to keep trying to touch her. It just wants to touch a little touchling.
You need to get a restraining order, Flynt.
So
Do
you
wanna
take
touch-
3 points of
Do
fire.
you want to touch me?
3 points of fire after I halved it. As it pokes you.
Do you want to touch me there?
It did. The other one's going to throw a little ball of fire at Firaz.
Oh boy.
With disadvantage, I keep forgetting that. A 12. Does that hit?
No.
What's your
the
armor class?
right? Yeah, no, it does not.
Okay. But it misses. The one up here. Oh my god, is it gonna... It's gonna thread the needle.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a pillar in front of it. Never mind, it can't.
Yeah.
It would be funny though. Just phew!
Why do you think I chose that spot?
Well, yeah, it would get disadvantage because of all the cover. You'd have half cover, but still. They could try, but that pillar stops it. It's just gonna march up here and try to touch you. Give you a little tippy tap touch. Nope, it misses.
Rip.
Let's go!
Flaming skull on the ground. Turn around.
second. Really roll 20.
But okay, here we
I was searching for something on Roll20, and the results of the search were just like really.
Oh.
I typed in flaming sphere, and I got a bunch of planets. It's like, really? That's what you're gonna give me?
The sun is a ball of incandescent gas.
Hey, look, it's Mars. I wonder how it's doing today.
Alright, now where can I place this? Let's find out.
I wonder where it keeps its bars.
What's the range? 60 feet. Okay. Pretty much anywhere in the room or outside the room that it can see. Actually, I don't even think it has to see it. It just has to be in range.
Fireman!
Flaming sphere, Betty. Yep, just within range. So it doesn't do anything immediately when it appears.
Alright, Beaksy.
Oh, okay, it uses a bonus action to move it after it places it. That's how it works. But it's gonna move 10 and run into Welburd. So Welbird's gonna have to make a save.
Dexterity, yes.
Wait, I'm not done moving it though. 15,
Sage
20,
advice on
25. And then it's gonna stop there.
that. Oh no.
So you're both gonna have to make the dex save.
Alright, well, I'm sage advising Welburd for that, for the saving throw. Plus
So
3 to
you
saving
get a
throw.
plus 3 to your dex save.
Yeah.
Is she able to do Sage Advice herself?
Yes.
I think you should, because I have
Do it to
advantage.
myself? Okay, then
I-
I'll do it to myself.
Yeah. Don't forget you also have Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you have Bardic Inspiration too, so as well. Make sure you don't get hit.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
That's what that little strength erg thing on you is.
Yeah.
No, Lilith did it to
Oh,
you.
inspiration, okay. So how do I do this? Just roll it normally and then add?
Yep.
Ew. So plus 3 plus whatever this inspiration is. So 12 plus what?
What's your die again? Flynt?
What?
I think you might be away.
No, I'm here. What?
No, Flynt. I was wondering what his Bardic Inspiration die was.
Oh, what
I don't
size it is?
remember how big it is.
I think it's a D8 for a 5th level bard.
Okay.
So 15?
Yeah, 15.
Alright, so you both succeed, which means you take no damage.
Okay, sweet.
And that ends their turn, which means it starts your turn. As soon as you start your turn within 5 feet of the sphere, you have to make a dex save.
Well,
So Basilica immediately has to make another dex save because you start your turn right on top of it. Or no, it's when you end your turn. Never mind. You end your turn. So if you end
Okay,
your turn
then
within
I'm-
5 feet of it, you have to make a dex save.
Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm going to position myself. Can I head? Let's see.
Can't
Like,
go there because
I guess
there's a
I'd go
pillar,
through
but
the
you can do
door?
the 10. Yeah, you can
Okay,
go
I'll
through the
do
door.
this. Right here?
Yep.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this, and then I've got a curiosity. Can I see in here?
Yeah, it's just
Through the
blurry
raging
because
water?
it's water refracted
Okay.
light.
Then I'm gonna do quarterstaff.
All right.
Can I do a quarterstaff through the water, or do I have
Yeah.
to like move through the water?
No, you can swing through the water just fine.
Okay, I'm gonna swing and try and hit here.
All right, make the attack roll. That hits.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I just want to say that the Scholar is kind of disgusting if you do it right.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's built to be able to be decent in combat with only one attack, because it adds its intelligence modifier to its melee attacks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you already have a decent modifier for the normal damage type, it's nasty. But, again, only ever going to get one attack. So you bludgeon this skeleton for 13 points of damage, but it's still alive. Or no, it is not. It is bludgeoning damage. It is super dead.
Oh, time for the explosions.
And then it's my
Which
time over.
means, yeah, you both make dex saves. Actually, so does Lilith, I think.
Oh shit.
My favorite. One day I'll roll more than a 2. Hey, a 2 again.
Mm.
Yeah, Lilith does too.
That's it.
So how much I take?
Oh, I did better.
Better find
this
out
time
once
around.
everybody rolls.
I rolled a big 3.
Yep, Lilith, I need one from you as well. And Lilith's the only one that succeeds. Let's see. It's gonna be halved though, of course. So everybody, you two take 4. Lilith takes 2.
Okay.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Kinda, yeah. That honestly though, that water wall changed the dynamics of this fight entirely.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
It saved my butt, that's for sure.
Fucking galaxy brain anger.
All right.
So,
Man, it's too bad I can't have multiple flaming spheres.
Alright, Sphere in bad to head out.
See ya. Welbur's
Not in
like,
the way you think,
fuck
though.
this shit, I'm out.
Goblin
And
exit strategy.
I will take the attack of opportunity
Okay.
from
Hey,
the
you
skeleton
guys,
here.
I'm going home.
That 13 ain't gonna hit you.
Alright. And, oh. I'm just gonna, if I can unload on this little skull right here.
You are in melee.
Well, you know how we fix that? If I disengage, am I technically not counted as in melee? So I
Only if
could
you actually
fire
move
it
away.
off it? Okay. Just wanted to know.
Better question is, does the Flame Skull have a melee attack?
Well,
It used lick.
it doesn't. That's a question. Am I in melee if it doesn't have a fucking melee attack?
Yes, you are, but it can't make an attack of
Nibble,
opportunity.
nibble, nibble. It bites your nose.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. So I'm going to move up to here,
That's still
disengage,
engaged. Okay.
and then unload on it.
Alright, there you go. Do you want to mark? Oh, no, you'd used your bonus action, never mind.
Yeah, I already used it, unfortunately. So
Oh, can I whip a?
Wait. You have disadvantage because it's blurred.
fair enough.
Can I whip an inspiration on him as he ran by?
Sure.
So that's a 23.
1 second. I'm giving you this inspiration.
Okay.
The fucking lag, I swear, wow. Roll 20, please. Alright, so 23 hits either way.
11.
Alright. It's a very hardy little
Fire gun.
spell.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you did the thing.
Oh, fuck. Ugh.
Here we go, make another one. It's another green die.
Well, that goes in ammo.
Yeah, and you lose an ammo.
This shit's expensive.
Yes, it is.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, amount of inspiration saves that die.
Nope.
Into the bin it goes.
And I'll try to take cover around this little corner right here. Oh, I see something up here. Hi, how are you?
There's a portcullis as well, yes.
Yeah, all the way up at the top there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a big boy doing things.
Little Fey friend.
Alright. So,
Who wants a chin scratch?
that was Welburd. Who else still needs to go out of you guys? I know Vasilica moved as well, and attacked as well, so I think it's just Firas and Lilith that haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Lilith just used inspiration, nothing else.
I will be right back.
Okay.
I have to use my.
Oh.
Lilith is going to. He's going to viciously mock the idiot.
Okay, the one in front of you?
Yeah.
Alright.
She's going to tell him that his grandfather was a way better flaming skeleton.
Okay. Alright, let's see that. Wisdom save. Oh, he is not insulted.
Oh.
If these things had enough intelligence, they would actually respond, but they don't. That would be kind of funny. Just flaming middle finger comes popping out of the wall. Like, fuck you! Trying to respond and just clacking its jaw at you. Alright, Firas.
Alright. Let's see. Is this gonna work? The thing. Let me check the range here real quick.
Back.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey. Guess I will, That's a tough choice if I want to do it on the skull or not. I will cast Torrent on the skull.
Alright.
I'll click for your enemies, which is this thing. Wait, hold up. Okay, yeah, this. Bam.
Alright, it's a DC 14 dex save. For the skull.
Yep.
Okay, so you do half damage and not pushed. Alright. So you literally, like, fire out a jet of water that slams into it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, it's just a floating skull, literally. So it starts to get hit and it just kind of flies around it and trying to, like, doesn't really take the
bobs
brunt
around.
of the hit. Alright, so that's your guys' turn. So it's their turn. I guess I'll do the easy ones first. Basic skeleton tries to touch of Lilith.
Touchy.
Fails. The other one tries to throw a ball of death at Basilica. With disadvantage. But hits either way. So it does 4 points after I halved it of fire damage to Basilica. And this is the first time it's ever come up. When somebody's within 5 feet, they take 1d10.
Uh-oh.
So anger takes half of whatever I roll on a d10. So 5.
Oh, wow.
As the one that just threw the fireball hit Basilica, which like exploded in a tiny little ball of fire and hit you.
Ouch.
Alright, and that's the Scullymans. Now it's just the skull, which is going to use its bonus action. I need a dex save, Anger.
The sun!
I'll do great.
Let's hope for a total of 5.
Yeah, I need to, really stepping it up here.
Gotta level up.
Ba-na-na.
Hey, that's my new record.
That's a 10. What'd you roll? I didn't see it.
12.
Whoa.
You can use your Bardic Inspiration to roll another d8 and add it to it.
You said D8?
Yep.
D8.
D8. Big save.
Alright, so you went to a 12. You still take
Or
the full
14.
damage. You take 6 points of fire damage. It is
14.
not halved because it did not come through the wall. It literally just ran into you. Like, this is literally a 5-foot ball of fire that just went poof into you, and you're like, ah! I'm burning.
So what was the damage?
6.
What was the damage? Ouch.
And then the actual
Also, I don't see the
skull
ball of
itself.
fire at all. Is it sitting underneath my token or something? I don't see it.
It's on top of it for me, but
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
for your-
Maybe just
Could be-
priority stacking or
Yeah.
something. Like
It could just be roll 20, like your own token for yourself on top.
yeah.
Maybe. It'll especially do that if you're clicking the token, I think.
Oh, okay.
Either way, it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Alright, Welburd, the skull turns to look at you. 3 flaming, like, not flaming, just incandescent arrows of light fly from its mouth and hit you. For a total of 7 points of damage. Force damage. It fucking magic missiled you.
I fuck off, you little fly skull bitch!
Can't miss this!
Arr!
Alright, then that's them.
I'm a skull fuck you, you little bitch!
And I have to do another deck save, right?
Only if you end your turn within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
So basically, get the hell away from it is the game of the day.
run through the water.
That's what I was gonna do. But
Run.
first, let's open up
Lilith
with a
begins fiddling the Baywatch theme.
Oh. And that's from me. Would Thunderwave hit both of these? I think it would, wouldn't it?
It's a
If it's
15-foot cube, so yes.
The ones in front of you are dead.
Well, I meant like these two here.
Yes, it would hit both of them.
Okay. I will do that.
Alright.
And see if we can get them a bit further
I'm
away.
gonna have to bolt.
Well, it's in front of me, not centered on me, so you're good.
Remember when we first thought that?
Yeah.
Back in the first 5e, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking
Clear a
explode
room.
myself.
I don't see it on the on like my spellcasting thingamajig here. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I'm blind. Not alphabetical, so it's confusing.
Yeah.
Better
I
way.
know.
Kerblam.
More con saves.
Or deck saves.
Yes, that too. Alright, so they take... They're both dead. They are literally both dead.
Did they get pushed back before they died?
Yes, they do. Well, one of them does.
Eh.
The other one passed its save, but still died.
Do I need a save there?
Well, unluckily for you, luckily the one that was actually furthest away is the one that got pushed, so... No, you weren't in the area. But now that the one exploded, I think all of you are in the range.
Yeah.
Yep, so all of you need to make deck saves for the one that had just exploded.
Uh-oh.
My specialty. Believe.
This is fine.
Believe.
Alright. Anybody over 13 takes half.
Alright. So, no, let's see, 3, right?
Yep. And for the people that
Fine.
succeeded, they'll take 2. Pop, 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 boom, pop, boom.
And then I'm gonna step inside.
Imagine if they weren't resistant to each other, Verdun. It'd be that same chain reaction moment. Or immune to each other, I mean. That was funny as hell, though, when those zombies just... A bunch of poisonous exploding zombies just chain reacting off of each other.
And-
Meanwhile, poor Verdun's character's in the middle of it going, ah!
It wasn't
No,
just that,
but-
it was the fact that she hit me
That too.
with the lightning bolt.
Yeah, you were in it, but you, like, yeah, both are fine.
Is
Yeah.
the fire orb within a certain range or just
5 feet.
okay? So I just need to step further away.
Has a movement of 6 feet.
Yeah, let's see. My speed is 30, and I'll take. Oh, I guess the wall wouldn't save me, right? If
Probably
the
not.
fire orb passes through it.
No. Yeah, the fire orb, the damage from it won't be halved by the wall because it'll be literally slamming into you. It's not really passing through it to get to you. Well, even if it does, it doesn't matter. It's a magical orb of fire. It doesn't get put out by water. Same with the
Right,
water, it doesn't get...
Boy, that's not a lot of speed. Can't go very far.
Well, is it only difficult terrain for the 10 feet that you're crossing?
So it would take 20 feet of movement to get through the wall.
But then you could go an additional
10.
about 5 feet
10.
past it. Inside.
If you have a 30-foot movement, it would 20 to get through, and then another 10 beyond that. So basically, unless you run, you can't get through both sides of the sphere in one turn.
Yeah, I'd be able to get through to either of these. I guess I will move to. I think that's right. Here, I guess? That'd be good, right? That'd be
Yeah,
valid.
I mean, you're kind of in the wall, but that's fine.
Well, the wall's not that big. I feel more at home.
Alright.
Well, I'm still on the inside.
You have
portion of the
water
wall.
breathing?
Well, the wall's only 1 foot thick, not 5 feet.
Oh.
Hydrate.
Oh, it's 1 foot thick. I thought it was 10
It
feet.
would still
Yeah.
cost 10 feet of movement to get through it, though, because it's a 5-foot. But yeah, that's still not bad. As bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's right, it's 10 foot high, not wide.
Yeah, okay.
Correct. Yeah. Oh.
Alright, either way, yeah. So... Does Welburd want to try to kill that skull?
Yes.
It's still
Course.
blurry.
Well, it can suck my rod.
I don't think you want a
Gotta
bone
amp
job.
myself up. I mean, Welburd would acquiesce.
That's a spicy meatball.
Exactly. Still disadvantage. So 11. I'm gonna roll
That's
that
missed.
bardic inspiration.
Alright.
12.
Oh, you missed.
Oof. This is fine.
Rip.
This is fine.
Rip that 11. That hit.
20. 12.
And
Alright.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to chug a potion of healing.
Okay. You have
Which
the most health in the
is-
whole party.
It's true. Gotta keep it safe.
Yeah. 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Oof.
Oh.
How it do? And let's see.
Just moving after that.
Just checking. I don't want to get close to that ball.
You're like, I don't want to go down there. Alright, so that leaves Basilica and Lilith.
Uh-oh.
Hi, how are you?
For me to move or for me to receive damage? Because
Move and attack and things like that if you want to, or heal yourself or whatever.
The last. Okay, I'm gonna dive. I don't want this to be here, so I'm diving through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 10 movement, right?
Yep.
And then can I go here? It's 15.
So you can
Or
actually
is
make it out the
20
other
to move
side
through?
to get. It
Yeah,
would
I
make
could
it
head
25. You would be on the
Here.
other side.
Okay, 25 here. What the heck is this?
That's the flame
That's the
skull.
flaming skull.
That's the flaming skull.
Aww.
You could beat it with a stick.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm gonna beat it with a stick.
She killed the ball goes away.
All right, smacking it with the quarterstaff.
Oof.
That
Sage
misses.
advice.
I can't. It's only once.
Inspiration.
Oof.
Wait, actually, how many do I get for?
You
Oh,
have
sage advice. I
enough-
can get.
yeah.
Yeah, there's 3. Okay, so I sage advice myself.
Alright, you hit.
And she already
Alright,
used the
sweet.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Oh, she did?
I just forgot to clear it.
Yeah.
Woo!
that hurt.
Ah.
So yeah, unlike piercing damage, it is not resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Yay! Ball's gone.
So the skull kind of, you smack it and it like hits the ground and shatters to pieces.
Woo.
Yeah, you would have killed that thing turns ago, but it has resistance to piercing.
Nothing bullets can't cure.
Bigger bullets.
Now that the combat is over, one thing I will say for the sake of the future, you could have ended this fight a lot earlier, Anger, when you did that big shatter, if you used your Channel Divinity on it.
The what?
Oh.
Your Channel Divinity maximizes the damage of a single thunder or lightning-based attack. So you could have maxed the damage on shatter automatically and just used a 3rd level spell slot to cast it and nuked everything.
Doesn't... Wait, it just... I don't know what that does. It literally just channel divinity. It says you can channel divinity, and I don't know what that means.
No. On your character sheet, there's Destructive Wrath.
Okay.
Yeah, you can literally just like my thunder, or I cast it as 3rd level. My shatter that would do 3d8, I think it is, does 24.
Okay.
I don't roll; it just does 24.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's what Channel Divinity is.
Then again, I spent more time trying to read the spells and fix the spell sheet than I did reading everything else.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
even know it
getcha.
existed.
Yeah, you have every cleric has Channel Divinity. It can be used to do anything that has other Channel Divinity marked on it. So you have Turn Undead and Destructive Wrath.
Okay.
You could also Turn Undead, but all clerics can turn undead. Orc things.
And I don't understand what Wrath of the Storm all implies. Does that mean anything?
Which one?
Wrath of the Storm?
Oh, Wrath of the Storm. It's when you get hit by an attack that you can see the creature from, you can use your reaction to force it to make a save, and if it fails, it does damage to it.
Does that just happen every single time?
No, you have 3 uses of it.
Oh.
So yep, up in the little bar of all the resources, there's Wrath of the Storm 3.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. So you can zap people or thunder them for hitting you. But the fight is over. And with that, the thing in the south disappears.
Flaming Avatar is gone.
And all the skeletons kind of start to crumble to ash.
I told you fire was bad. But no. No,
And
nobody ever listened to
portcullis
good old
rises.
Welburd.
And then, yeah, the portcullis rises and the creature starts to, like, step out.
Hi.
Yeah, and by step out, I mean kind of like skitter out, because its lower torso and terminates in a bunch of scrabbly little tiny, like, spiky legs underneath a robe. And by a bunch, I mean, like, hundreds.
And hundreds of legs. Really?
But yeah, as you guys kind of are recuperating from the fight, you notice that any blood that was spilled during the fight, which is all yours, of course, has all started to, like, stream towards him across the floor, as if it had a will of its own. Him, it, they. And this creature stands about 8.5 feet tall.
Ah.
And the blood is like, the blood is like, when it starts to get close, it actually, like, pools, and then starts floating up into the bowl in its hands.
Well, Welburd, you wanted to know how the blood got cleaned up around.
How many vaginas?
Damn it.
Imagine.
Imagine.
I
Wow.
totally missed what was said.
Because it's got hundreds of legs. He says, how many bajanias?
Oh,
Do you know that old meme?
no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Anger, how do you not know that meme?
That's sick.
Oh my god. I have to be right back real quick. Now that the fight is over, I have had to pee for the whole fight, so I need to go do that. I'll be right
Oh, he's
back.
having a death moment. Okay. Oh Lord. Wanted to know how things got all the blood got cleaned up.
Here you go, Anger.
Never seen this.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Come back.
Are you all dying now because of it?
Oh, I'm still watching.
Jaina's.
Well, okay, so while this is happening and the blood is going up there, I'm curious. Can I actually ID based on just studying it while it's happening?
ID what?
ID the statue.
Oh, you mean the creature? It is a fae.
Yeah. Okay, so I can fully ID it, or is it more just like knowing what type it is?
You know that it's fae. Beyond that, it defies logic and identification.
Interesting. I'm curious. I get a bit closer. Basically coming closer and closer because
Yeah. I'll
it
give you guys a
intrigues
bit
me.
more of a physical description real quick of the thing. Like I said, 8.5 feet tall, hundreds of skittery little tiny, like really thin, like insect-like legs coming out from beneath this robe. They have a pair of arms that are holding up this dish, which is slowly filling up with blood. And they actually have a second set of arms underneath that seem a little bit stronger, that are free, and they've currently got them kind of like put before them in almost like a prayer stance, kind of put together. And their head is just this weird, like, half-conical dome with a small mouth without a lipless mouth beneath it. And there's, like, a little flame coming up out of their head. But the flame doesn't seem to be actually, like, fire, it just seems to be illumination. And they've got, like, a chitinous growth of, like, plating across the back of their head and down their neck and around their shoulders. And what you would describe as a robe doesn't actually seem to be clothing, but actually part of their physiology. What little you know of the Fae, again, this is for reference. Fae here are Fae are different here than they are in Scothbale, for example. Just because of the way I like to play them here. But the Fae are, what you know of them is that they are born to represent, like, their very existence, they are created to represent something, and they perfectly represent that, and they can never change from being that. They are static.
I guess... So, add a character for it. I'm curious because it's... For somebody who doesn't have any fear or emotions for this, there is something I can do, but it may end poorly for me.
Hey, why not?
So, she's gonna go up, and she's very intrigued by this character. Very intrigued by this Fae. But she's very intrigued more so by the plating, so she takes a scalpel and tries to, like, insert it in between the section there.
Its
its
lower hands like break apart, and one of them just kind of carefully just grabs your palm to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't even like turn its head or anything. It's like, no.
Okay. Then I pull my scalpel back, put it back in my section, and continue observing.
And then finally the blood kind of finishes collecting in the pool, the little bowl. And it kind of like, it doesn't have ears, it has like the holes in the sides of its head though. And it kind of turns its head and listens to the bowl, like kind of moves its head closer to the bowl like it's listening. And it kind of like tilts its head and looks right at Lilith. You have seen. You have seen that which comes, that which has returned, that which has changed this world.
Seen many things.
What you doing, Lily?
Which thing you're speaking of?
The blood does not lie. You have seen them. The awoken, the arisen, the returned. You will see them again.
What is he talking about, Billy?
Have they anything to do with the group that we just saw?
No. These were fanatics, believers in that which has left this place. The last cinders of an effigy. This world's flame dwindles.
we get a reward?
This world's flame dwindles. What comes?
What was that last part? I didn't hear it.
What if this world's flame is dwindling? What world's flame is about to rise?
That is beyond my knowledge. They who sees beyond the dawn and dusk may hold that answer.
Well, I'll let you have your little special talk here, Lily. I'm just gonna go.
And just for reference, that was a name drop, not like vague bullshittery.
Sorry. I'm just gonna go pick through the bodies. Have fun.
You have, and this time he's kind of referencing the bunch of you, you have freed me from this prison. Iron bars bade me from leaving this place. For this, I grant you each an answer, if I am capable of telling. If you are capable of asking.
I got a question. I thought of it. I thought of it. No one else steal my question. Miss, Blood? Blood. I got a question.
Then
Welburd
ask.
will raise his hands.
Where's like the big treasure hold in this big old place?
If it is treasure you're seeking.
In like the whole place, not just like right here, right around here.
There are too many treasures to count. The greatest treasure is far, far beneath the dungeons. But for the moment being, the treasure here, and it kind of motions to the left, to its right, lies within the cleansing pool.
Cleansing. Got it. I call it. It was my question. It's my loot.
Alright. Does anybody else have a question?
Welburd will pick through the bodies down here. Well,
Oh, you're not going to go look for the thing it was talking about? Okay.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I can. Just wanna.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not going to find any of those bodies. They're charred beyond belief.
Okay. I'm guessing no skeleton or anything. Can I take
And-
that floating skull?
And what's...
What do you want to do with it?
I just want to take it.
Yeah, you can take the flaming skull. It's no longer flaming.
Yeah, it's good. I had plans for it. I told it I would.
It's just a black skull.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
So I guess you should write down unflaming skull.
Lightly singed skull.
And what's all this stuff down here in this lower room?
The altar is actually clear now. I just didn't clear it off, but it is charred, as if something was set aflame atop it.
Okay. So there's just nothing. Nothing.
Yeah,
of
it's just
interest
it's like, it looks like somebody set off, like, it's cast a fireball right on top of that altar.
in here. Okay. And there's nothing to make a trophy yet, or
I mean, you can make trophies out of parts of the skeletons.
okay. I'll do that then.
Yeah, so you're building like
Yeah.
a little like skeleton chain thingy.
Yep.
So Lilith will look up and ask, you mentioned one path through the cleansing for a treasure. Where does my path lead? Through the pool or somewhere else?
You are mortal. Your path is indeterminate. But I would say, from listening to your blood, you follow the path of chaos. Internally listening to Verdun, like, reeing about chaos.
It has a good
sense-
pain!
Sense heresy.
Pi Sigma.
Lilith nods.
I can
Understand,
tell you, though, that
please.
your path will lead to that which you rot.
Hey, Lily.
That which what?
You rot. Like WROUT. GT.
Ah, what?
Yeah, that rot.
Lily, pass me a torch. Gimme. Thank you.
But his hands were too small.
Okay, so she will nod in understanding, at least as able to gather at the moment.
I'll just be scrounging around, so.
Alright.
Can
Can you tell where the cleansing pool is?
Is it there in the center?
Is it literally the tub?
It could be.
Is it literally the bathtub?
Hey, check.
Yeah, Welburd's like thrashing this room looking for stuff. And eventually... Which ones have we done?
Does Firuz even know that he can ask questions? Does he care?
No, I'm
Probably
sitting here
not.
making my bone trophy.
Bone trophy.
It's actually his madness. He has to make trophies after battles.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're digging around in this tub for a while after you tear apart the room.
Mhm.
And eventually you find down at the bottom of it, as you stub your toe on it, and you pull out, like, what looks to be a small, like, reliquary.
Ooh.
Well, crack it right open.
It's time to roll on the celestial chest.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And... one more time. I'm gonna reroll that. We don't
Is
want
it
double
broke?
shield.
Was it that second one? Perhaps ammo?
Yep, it is 5 2d. It's 5 plus 1 versus fiends types of ammunition, so it's probably arrows.
Can I shove it in the gun?
No.
Just poke him with it.
So yeah, you get an unidentified shield and 5 +1 versus fiend arrows.
Well, this is junk.
Doesn't
That's
have
great.
gold. Ah, this is junk.
This is crap.
There's no guns. Last time I had one of these things, there was a gun in it.
That was a dwarven chest, of course.
I know, but still.
Yep.
You'll
One of
get
these
chest
days, the
bump.
fun stuff will come up out of here. I mean, the shield's pretty high up there.
Yeah, but it's just a shield. Welburd doesn't use shields.
No, he doesn't need a
You
shield,
can't
but
shoot.
it's still good.
You can't shoot a shield.
I'm
Let's
just
get-
imagining if you would roll one of the lower ones, because one of them is literally 1d4 scrolls of Sacred Flame. Wilbur's just like, Sacred Flame! Everybody's like, whoa, whoa, what, wait, what?
Welburd finds some scrolls of light. It's like, what's this?
That's something that is in there, yes. We already found that once.
Doobity 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 doobity. Just like, cast it in.
He's just like lame and fucking turns it off.
Yeah, exactly. He fucking chucks it. And
Just
back into the
waste ancient magic.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Lilith would fucking pop a blood vessel.
She already found the light
Yeah.
scroll once.
Yeah,
But
she
still.
did. But she'll make an ambiguous offer for the junk.
Hmm?
She'll make an ambiguous offer for the junk that he.
Nah. I claimed it. It's my junk.
Long as you don't leave it just lying around.
Nah, it's mine.
Must be sensible.
Do you think I'm anything but sensible?
Do you want an actual answer to that one?
I know the truth. And I know you know me.
I know the truth.
And you're just saying that because you worried that I'm gonna be like too over flattered. But it's fine, Lily. I get it. If you're embarrassed, you don't need to tell me. I know. Don't think I haven't known this whole time.
Alright. So yeah, does anybody else have a
It's
question?
apparently
If not,
to the fact,
that's it.
to the fact that she's wearing the mirror mask.
No, he never notices the mask. Literally, like, he has no, like, connection to the causation of what she says with the masks. Even after all this time.
Scoozy. Alright, so, yep, last call. Faraz and Vasilica. Any questions for the big man?
Nothing comes to mind.
I can't think of anything he would even ask.
Well, he's new here, so perhaps something about place. Or perhaps something about, like, maybe finding, like, the best trophies. Like, the best hunt.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
Something that would be to his interest or to further, like, exploits.
What's even worth killing around here? I guess. I'll go with that.
That's a loaded question.
There is a creature on this floor that would suit your tastes, perhaps. A lycanthrope.
Oh.
You like canthropes? Cantaloupes? He likes cantaloupes.
Yeah, definitely cantaloupes. That's what I'm going for. My greatest enemy, the cantaloupe.
Oh yeah.
Don't
Okay,
you
I
disrespect the
wasn't even
Great
telling you about
Cantaloupe War.
Exactly.
I mean, if Australia can lose a war against an emu,
Goblevar lost a war against like wild growing cantaloupes.
Is this like a throat far away or down the hole?
You will not find
The
it this
glowy
day.
area.
It just says you won't find it today, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it is here in this floor of the dungeon.
Gotcha.
Oh, I got a question. I got a question.
Then ask.
Who spilled all the beets? Since we're on cantaloupe.
I am incapable of answering this question.
Okay. He doesn't know beets. Beets are red. I know that.
Alright, Sarah, any questions?
Nothing.
Oops.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to open this door.
Alright. And then, before it leaves, it turns to Vasilica and says, "Since your mind is full of questions, but incapable of voicing, I offer you this." And he kind of like, he literally like reaches into the bowl of blood and just pulls out a bottle of blood and hands it to you.
Takes it, places it in the pack, kind of inspects it, like rotating the vial, double checking what's in it.
There's an odd quality to the blood. It's definitely not human. It's not the blood that was literally in the bowl. Something else.
I'm just imagining, almost like Gorina just rips it open, takes a swig. God damn it!
With that, I bid you all farewell. And it just kind of like sidesteps through the world. Which, if any of you watch it when it does it too closely, it kind of makes you sick to your stomach watching it. As if you just watch the world fold around it.
Okay.
Reminds me of the sea.
And with that, you guys can get the hell out of here. You don't actually have to manually do that, though. So, whee!
No!
What? You can't unlock
I
that
wanted to
one.
open the door.
You couldn't.
Oh.
It would not move. In typical Ashwell fashion.
Yep.
That door don't work. Weird.
There's another doorway we can go through.
That was actually the door straight outside, like the staircase that goes the wrong way.
And gets checked one of the rooms. What was in the other room, Axel?
Just
It was on fire.
chambers.
Or charred.
Okay.
You'll probably go back there again. Alright, so with that, let me go ahead and do some quick math. You guys return your way back to the town and gather your monies. It started at 30, and you all did successfully save them. So they give you 65 gold pieces each.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
And you all gain 575 experience.
Is it 575?
575.
Cool.
And with that, we will be wrapping up. So I hope you guys enjoyed your first time into the Ashwell.
was fun.
Indeed. And thanks to everyone in chat who came out and lurked. But we're gonna get on out of here.
We get good karma for completing.
Yes, everybody gets 1 good karma for completing a quest. I forgot.
Woo.
When am I going to be able to trade in my good points?
Hmm?
When am I going to be able to trade in my good boy points for chicken tendies?
You have
Never.
any good boy points?
I got plenty.
Alright, yeah, he's got plenty of good boy points, but he's got a lot more bad boy points.
Especially after today.
Yeah, you got 3 today.
Yeah.
That's because you literally put the blacksmith into danger of closing. You bankrupted the blacksmith.
Yay! Don't worry. When he's in danger of going bankrupt, I'll just buy all of his stocks pretty much.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. This was a lot of fun. It's been, like I said, a long time since we were last able to do this, and it was fun to get back into it again. This is definitely something I want to try to start doing more regularly again, especially now that I'm working and it's really hard to try to keep a consistent schedule. So an inconsistently scheduled campaign might just be the ticket. But either way, until next time, guys, keep your torches lit, keep delving. Or, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Oh.
I'm tired, man. Keep your torches lit, delve deep, and keep rolling. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.